what we are now. So, everybody, welcome. I am your Rabid Raccoon DM. We are also joined with Gideon and Current for their Witcher trials. So you guys can see what they can't see, and what they can't see, you can't see. So have some fun with that. Remember, if you throw any bits into the channel, like, follow, or subscribe, whatever it is, it's going to be. If you're here on Twitch, or if you follow me on YouTube, if you guys throw some stuff into there, let me know what we can do to do better, or whatever else is going on. If there's any big major changes or anything like that you guys want to see, or if I'm messing up anywhere, just let me know.
Good night, Daddy.
Night, Princess. So, all that out of the way. So, where we left off is you guys had finished up with the elves and decided to go back to the human kingdom. You got teleported there, and then you guys kind of talked it over with the humans a bit, and you were there in Waterdeep. So, the two of you had went back over to the Foxhound Witcher base. I use Witcher because it's what we're going to use as the term for it, because it's the closest thing we can get. So, Roux is there. And you guys are there.
Oh, look at that.
I don't know. Is this you? That's not you. We're going to get rid of that. And
Hey, I'm sitting at the seat I was in last time.
get in your home, Roux.
Or the not seat that's not really a seat there.
You're going to need it.
Quick scope.
Yeah. All right. So Roux asks you both to sit across from him. I'm gonna move you guys just a little bit so that way he can sit there and talk to you. He says, "I know that you guys were interested in the Witcher trials." He says, "As I said before, I do have a very special location we can do this in downstairs. Understand that once we start the process, you cannot stop, and I have a very small contract that I need both of you to review." And he drops that. I'll drop that into there, and I'll share it.
Is it in common? I hope.
It is in common.
Okay.
He says, "I will read it over for you briefly, just to make sure you guys are understanding. This is a letter of consent and waiver of liability for any event of accident, injury, or death. Basically, you sign your name at the top. Says, I confirm that I have read the important information, terms 1 through 12 below, about the Witcher trials, and that is managed by Roux and hereafter by known as Roux. Further, I confirm that I fully understand the inherent risks of the Witcher trials, that I fully understand and accept and agree with what the insurance policy is for this, and I am signing this voluntarily." Okay. You understand that it could lead to physical injury or death. You agree to obey all conditions necessary to participate in Witcher trials, being over 15 years old, within a weight range, in good health. You have no injuries or diseases that are going to be able to cause you to have any problems. You're not under the influence of alcohol as a player character, not as a person. If you guys are imbibing. I also understand and acknowledge that any illness or injury or anything that's involved with it, if you inherently get anything that isn't out of the norm, I will stop everything and you will be sent away. Number 3, you shall not apply to me. I will be liable for my own acts and emissions according to the customers who have low bone density. Basically, if there's anything about you that I don't know that's weird about you that causes something weird to happen, I'm not going to be held liable. But I will require for any kind of compensation or anything we discuss after this point to be provided a lineage blood test. I also observe all posted rules, follow my instructions given to me and anybody else that's involved, and understand that if I do not observe the rules, basically you're going to be done. I intend to sign and complete the conditional release of liability, and understand that if there's like an act of God, I am not held liable. Okay, or unpredicted natural phenomenon. Let's see here. He goes on further to tell you that not following rules is not his problem, not his costs. Any medical, transportation, or anything like that's going to be on you. If you get resurrected after the Witcher trials that you might have passed away from, you are to keep it to yourself and return back to Roux to finish your Witcher training and or have everything removed. Also, he can cancel it in increment weather, natural disasters, or acts of God. In the event of a death, he will. The contract will be enforced to the simple story that you run on an unsuccessful adventure to do something that was observed. And if you're good with that,
Would like to add something to this contract?
go ahead.
In the event of a death during the trials, that you will respect me since I have some money for that. You use my money, of course. But if you just take my money and leave me dead, liability there. A little bit.
There you go.
Okay, sounds good.
In the event that you do not have sufficient funding, the other members will be notified of the debt. If you accept these terms,
Yeah, members, you put an extra E in members, but yeah.
member. You know you member. All right. So if you accept these terms, please turn around and go to the desk behind you, and make your mark and your seal.
That desk? Here?
Yes.
Okay. Go to the desk.
So you go over to the desk and you make your mark and your seal.
My signet ring that
Yep.
I have.
And so,
Bag.
and Gideon, you do too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if I have.
Yeah.
Alright.
We're gonna go with yeah. Okay. You make your mark.
What now?
My ring invulnerability could be.
It is. Why not? That's why it's invulnerable. It's perfect. So yeah.
Every time you punch someone, it makes the mark on their face.
So you guys return to the desk, and he says, "Follow me, please." And he comes over here, walks over, opens a secret door, and goes inside and goes downstairs. I don't really see a downstairs anywhere else. We're gonna say there's a downstairs trap door that goes into here. All right.
We had to run. He was very quick.
Yeah.
Quick guy. Just jump over the table. Just jump over the table.
Yeah. You guys run over there. So he's going to come through the door.
It's nice meeting you, Gideon. Just in case.
You make it sound as if I'm going to kill you.
You love killing us. That's like your favorite thing to do.
You can't prove that.
Every
If I-
title should be given to the kid.
If I die, it will be not good for the party. I'm the who consistently stays as a tank and a healer. So, you know.
So then he opens up a door. After you guys go downstairs, go through a small hallway,
Well, that's not ominous.
and he says, "So the first of you, who's going to go first?"
I will go first. Oh, well, I really want to. I don't mind. I was just volunteering.
Want's a loose word, right?
Money.
All right, all right. So whoever's ready, go get on the table. Don't you do that.
I didn't mean to. I was trying to rotate. Table, yeah. I'm not telling you how to do it because you're gonna explode inside.
So you go get up on the table, and he goes. Yep. He says, and the other, please step up on the table. We actually, you know what? I believe I can do this all at once. It'll be a lot easier this way.
Keep your hands to yourself.
I'll move you to yourself. He goes, So, this is pretty much the easy part. Don't worry about the people over in the vats. Totally normal. Um,
That was a bit ominous, not gonna lie.
Recruit walks.
Like, are you sure this is legit?
He starts. He looks over his shoulder. He says, "Ah!" And he grabs a mortar and pestle and starts crushing some herbs, throwing them into a small mortar and pedestal. Starts crushing them up, and then he warms up. He starts up a burner, puts some liquid on it or in a vial, puts it over it, and just starts going to town, whistling along. Doop 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 doop. Yeah, your insights. He's doing what he's doing what he's doing. Like he's, exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm. Totally normal. Everything's fine.
This is normal. Yeah. Hey, yeah, this looks normal, right, Gideon? Normal. Well, thanks.
Absolutely.
And he kind of puts a feather to his beak and he goes, "Ah, yes, there's two of them." So he grabs another vial, puts it up there, and starts doing his thing all over again. And then he kind of mixes it all up, and then he divides it into equal portions. Let's roll his portion control. Is he? Oh yeah, he got way above a 50. Portion control is wonderful. So he goes, "Okay, so here's your cup, and it smells like a nice fine mint tea." And he goes, "Do me a favor and have a cup of tea."
Yeah. Am I supposed to chug it or sip?
It's warm. You can chug it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't wanna
So
smell good, but like might taste good.
yeah, it doesn't taste bad. This is the first day. It tastes like as you slammed it, Gideon. The warm liquid rushes across your mouth, and you can taste mint, and it's very nice, and it has a nice tea flavor, and it has a little bit of honey, and it goes through pretty good. Same thing for you, Current. So now, what I need you both to do is do a Constitution save throw.
Normal thing. Hold on. We're within 5 feet of each other. Hold on. I need to do the aura.
Does not work here.
Doesn't work?
Straight con save.
It's just how it works. It's always like that.
You
We should be saving our good rolls for later.
you reach out to touch the your god's pantheon, and you don't feel anything at the time being.
Oh. That's scary.
He looks at both of you and he goes, good. He walks back over, scribbles in his.
What's supposed to happen, sir?
What?
I can't feel my god.
Oh yeah, this place is warded against that. We don't need any outside influences. It could really mess you up if you're not careful. See subject A in the top left, kind of like leaning out of the vat. He hasn't been fully submerged yet.
Yeah. Yep.
Nothing to worry about. It was a couple of times ago. We just figured it out. We put a ward. That way we don't have to worry about this. Normally people that are going through the witch trials are orphans and they're a lot younger. And the older the ones get more and more complex. So we start removing those complexities when you come into the room.
I'll get it back, right?
Oh yes. As soon as you go back through the door and we leave, everything's going to be fine.
Okay. Yep. With my insight of 7 still, I probably believe everything he says.
He says, "Okay. Well, He walks over to the table. He grabs what looks to be a golden hourglass. And he grabs it and he says, "You guys ready?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He
A little scared, but
he tips it over, and both of you, as you see the sand start to fall, get really tired, and all of a sudden it's like you went to sleep and you woke up. And you see him kind of stretch, and he goes, How'd you guys sleep? 24 hours has passed. Okay. You guys are probably parched. Let me go over here and make the next one." So he comes back over, and he starts mixing up another one, and you see that he pulls out a slightly larger vial, puts it over the heat, pulls out another slightly larger vial, puts it over the heat. Starts grinding things up. This time he grabs something that looks to be a large fist-sized green, like amoeba-looking thing, and starts slicing it up.
I've already seen get taken out of a monster biscuit.
Yeah. He gets one of those, and you see him like look at it and inspect it, like cut off a small slice, and he puts it under a microscope. He looks at it a little bit. And he kind of nods to himself. He writes some stuff down in a book, and he goes,
Isn't that from like a monster?
Ah, it's just a mutagen. You'll be fine. And he doesn't. You don't see him do anything. I'm gonna write a slide. Roll a sleight of hand for recruit, so that way you don't really see anything.
Yeah.
So you see him because he's using feathers. It's not too awful easy, to like palm things with feathers. He goes, just a bit. Let's see if his how his portioning's doing today. Oh, yes. This is the perfect amount. He grabs it and he throws it in there and he mixes it all up. You see it kind of swirl an incandescent green, then turn orange, red, and then black. And you see it pour it into the 2 cups. And he walks over and he says, "Here you go."
Black mean like poison or death or. Black's kind of scary for a color of drink here.
Well, when you look at your drink, it looks like a normal cup of tea.
I look at the drink and I'm like, oh yeah, hey, where? Yep, that. I look at Gideon and wait for him to drink it.
Okay. You slam it. Again, the same normal notes hit you, but a little bit of a bite there at the end, and you kind of choke on it just a bit. Roll a Constitution saving throw. I don't see anything.
It wasn't worth and I'm dead. Let's go.
No, you just choke it up and you throw it up. He goes,
I have an inspiration I can
If you're not dying, I would save it at this point. Because we don't know what's coming up. Up to you.
I mean it's not up to me.
yeah, it is. You're okay. I wouldn't have, but whatever. So you go to throw it up, and you clench your stomach just right, and it stays down.
I drink mine.
Okay, give me a Constitution saving throw. Same thing.
I did. 15.
Oh, you thought that was my rule. Oh, I'm still throwing up. So that's
Okay. Okay. Like I said, you clenched up your stomach, and you thought you had it down. It came back up anyway, and he goes, it might have been a little too much. He goes back to mixing. He goes back through all the motions. This time he isn't as interrupted with trying to like palm anything. He drops it all back in. He hands you another cup. He says, this time try to keep this one down. Would you like a little bit of bread to go with it or something to help you with this?
I think I'll just go for it.
Okay. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
You can do it.
Yay! There it is. So you make it through there. And he walks back over. Grabs the what do you call it? Hourglass. Looks at you guys and says, see you. And then turns it back over. 24 hours has elapsed. He walks back over, starts doing it over again. He goes, fantastic. Both of you are awake. He goes, here's some breakfast. And he gives you guys both some breakfast. He says, I don't want you guys to get too weak from this. It's going to be very, very difficult. He says, plus I don't want you... How are you feeling?
How am I feeling?
Fine. As far, hungry, but fine.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Last time.
Humans eat a lot more than I'm used to. I apologize. He goes, here you go. So you guys get a good-sized breakfast and everything like that with a cup of tea.
I'm gonna look at the tea in that
I'm
like
hungry.
smell it or
Hmm?
like investigate my tea at all.
Yeah, you can roll an insight check to see if he's trying to slide you another cup. Or you could roll a... well, it wouldn't be perception. It'd be... I guess Arcana?
How hungry are we?
Famished. It's been like...
Okay, then I'm just gonna eat it. Like, at this point, I'm just like,
Okay, you don't really notice anything too awful magical about it. Maybe a slight tinge of magical with the food and everything.
I'm gonna wolf it down and slam my tea again.
Okay, roll Constitution saving throws, both of you.
yeah, threw it up.
Yep. Okay, Gideon.
Hey!
He keeps it down. He looks at you and he goes, terrible, 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 terrible. This isn't good. This isn't good. He walks back over and he starts going back to town on making some tea, getting some food together. He walks back outside. He comes back in with tea and food, and he walks back over to you and he goes, This time go slower. Please take your time. There's no time, no reason to be in a big rush. No big rush. No big rush. No big rush. No big rush.
Yeah, okay. I drink it again. Woo!
He looks at you and he goes, I must have got the spices just right today. He goes, today though, would you like to continue with the first part of the trials, the trial of the swallow? Would you like to move on to the second trial and then come back to this? We are on the third day, and so far you have done fantastic.
Which is the death part? I'd like to do the death part.
I like the eating and drinking part. I'll keep doing that.
Okay, well, to keep everybody together, we will continue to do this. So he goes, I
Gideon, that means this isn't the death part.
I'm good with that. Let's save that.
he doesn't I say he doesn't avoid the question, but he avoids the question. And you see him kind of like, up, doop doop doo, doop doop doo, and he comes back in a good while later with two more big plates of food, plenty of like vegetables and food, and meat. Oh yeah, some of the biggest slices of meat you've ever seen. All well cooked. Everything's good. He says this is going to be lunch, but don't forget for dinner we have another thing to do. So eat up, eat up, eat up, eat up. So you guys are going to be eating, drinking, having a good time. He says, "Oh, would you like some ale?"
Oh, you bet.
Wonderful.
This ale?
Me, this is the greatest of Tamarian ales.
Huh? I don't know if I believe you.
It is. It's Tamarian rye, actually. Here's the item, if you want to look at it.
I believe it.
And
I believe it's Sumerian, but I asked if he made it, not what it was.
no. He says this is one of the last. He says I haven't had Witcher students in a long time, and it's a beautiful thing. And he says this is one of my last of like 5 bottles that I have left. And he says this is from the actual Witcher continent itself, and I would like to share it with my new fledglings.
Oh, well, that's really nice of you. Thank you.
I feel honored.
You know,
Aw.
in character, like out of character, I don't believe learning that,
That's fine.
but you know.
Well, the thing is he's telling the truth.
Oh, I know. Still don't believe a word, but you could be telling me the sky is blue.
Hey, what's the name of a peacock?
Yeah, good thing I gestured that.
Yeah. He's over here like peacock. That'd be good. Ooh, eagle. That's another great one. Anyway, tell me more about yourselves and why you guys want to be Witchers. And he's just, kind of like trying to get to know you guys. He's like, the Witchers are not a very, big group. There's only a couple of us around. We kind of like to know each other.
I look at Gideon.
Yeah, story time. I'll share. So I woke up from a battle in which I assume I lost because I can't remember what we did afterwards, and got shifted across two planes in which some god just claimed me. And so now I feel this calling for justice and light, and so I just found a group to help people and bring others to justice and try and claim good deeds and try and help people
Hmm.
and take down bad monsters.
Neat. Hmm. Hmm.
Oh, is it my turn?
Uh, very much, very much, very much.
Oh, okay. I clearly the princess of the dwarves. She strokes her beard. Uh, and growing up with the dwarves, there were a lot of problems, but we were very insular until um, one day we met Little Biscuit. You met him. He was in our party.
Yes, yes, yes.
And he came and he had such a noble goal of trying to help people that I felt I needed to join him on his journey to help everyone and realize that I was only just helping the dwarves and I could be helping so many more people and trying to bring them to a place where we could all live and get along. You know.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful.
That's what I'm doing.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. So he goes. It's about time. Comes back in, starts mixing everything up, goes back and forth, back and forth.
Can we tell their backstories and then tell why we're joining the Witchers?
He says, "Oh, there'll be time for that after lunch, after your afternoon tea." And he hands you both. Oh, portion control, portion control. Must double check my stuff. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Which one of us is getting more? Which one of us is getting more?
He's gonna grab the plate and turn it around. Look at the two of you. Turn it back around. Turn it back around. Look at both of you. Turn it back around and go. Here you go. The two cups are sitting there.
I grabbed the one in front of me.
Okay. Okay.
Did so well the last couple times.
Yeah, I'm a trusting guy.
And I drink it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll me your Constitution saving throws. So you passed. Okay. Gideon, your lunch had settled, but as it went down, you kind of like how you say it went down the wrong pipe, you might say. So you're coughing and coughing, and he goes, "Oh, this is horrible, horrible, horrible." And he goes, "Luckily, I've got a couple more ingredients. Here's your next try. This time you get it at a -2 to your Constitution." Okay, you swallow it down just fine. And he goes, "Okay. So also, what we need to do today is just to make sure everybody's good. Please stand up and follow me over here."
Are we going in the vat like subject A? I kind of don't want to go to vat.
No, no, no. We're going to do some simple calisthenics to make sure that all your limbs are still operating perfectly fine. Nobody's had any vision or balance changes. We need to make sure that you guys are completely okay. Okay?
Right.
And so,
Okay.
um, do
Athletics?
yes, please roll me an athletics check, please. Okay, you're fine. I knew you would be. You notice that your left leg is completely numb. And he goes, "Oh dear, oh dear. Gideon, this is why we do these things. Not to be worried, not to be worried, not to be worried." He comes over here, starts mixing up something, brings it over to you, and he says, "This should help. Take this really quickly. Before anything else happens, please." And he hands you a vial. No Constitution saving throw. Okay, and you drink it. You can feel the numbness and tingling itself kind of like going away in your leg. Give me another strength check. Athletics check. It's basically based off your strength. He goes, "Aha! It is improving. It is improving. So we are doing much better. I am so proud of you. You're doing so well." Now,
I'm proud of you too, Gideon.
he says, I will go grab some more supplies and just stay here. And he goes out and he comes back in and he sets down a couple of larger bags that look to be very light, mostly herbs and stuff like that. Kind of like piddles around there for a little bit, and he goes, "It is about time for dinner." So he goes back out and he grabs some dinner. He brings it back in, and he says, "Okay, here's your dinners. Take your time with it." And he brings out some more large cuts of steak, some potatoes, some other steamed vegetables, those kind of things. He says, "This should help settle your stomachs." And but Gideon, before you start warfing down your meal, could you do me one more athletics check to see if it's still improving or if I need to make more? He goes, "All right. It looks like everything's coming back right there. That's wonderful." So, from this point forward, I'm going to go ahead and let you know. Every day, from this point forward, this is day 4. No, this is day 3. Starting tomorrow, day 4, 5, 6, and 7 are going to be much harder. You get 3 rolls, basically, to drink the potion. In other words, you get 3 tries of drinking the potion, or you get a permanent -2 to your Constitution saving throw, or your Constitution score of your character. Whether it becomes a withered arm, a withered leg, your stomach starts, churning, your skin starts to pale, your hair starts to whiten. These are the things that are going to happen. And he tells you to your face, this is what, and if your Constitution goes, like, if you waste away from this, like, you die.
Yeah,
Okay?
I'm excited. Yep.
Get in and enjoy your meal.
I'm gonna pause there for a minute as I take that all in,
Yeah,
and then slowly eat. I guess, like reluctantly.
savor every bite.
And Riku looks at the two of you and he says, "I went through this. Many Witchers go through this. Yes, there will be changes, but all it is corn lily, nightshade, speargrass, wild rye, wolfsbane, and a couple other mutagenic elixirs that I put in."
Yeah, those don't sound dangerous at all.
Every single one is a poison.
Yeah.
Well, they're mixed in with honey and Tamarian wine and some other great things, some rose wine.
Just chug mine. I'm just like sucked in.
Nope, I'm gonna savor it all.
Cause I'm not.
No, he's not giving you anything today. He says, "Eat your dinners. I want you to enjoy your dinners." And he says, "Tomorrow, we will continue to work on this." So he looks over at the table. He looks at the hourglass. He turns after you guys get done eating, and you guys have had a little bit of time to think everything over. Anything you guys want to do, you could pray to your gods. Yeah.
Yeah.
While your prayers, you don't feel them really connecting to very much. You still feel the warmth inside of your heart from the prayers. And once you guys are good, he puts out cots over here next to the bookshelf for Gideon, and over here,
Subject A. Have fun with that.
and at the end of the table here for another person. He goes, "Tonight you will actually sleep."
Yeah.
Yep.
Is he okay?
Um. So Subject E is a drowner. I found him in the marshes. If you look, he used to be a man, but he had drowned many years ago, and the unfortunate evils that had succumbed to him recreated and mutilated his body. We have him here inside of a vat to preserve the body for the mutagenic compounds that I need.
So you're harvesting.
Appropriating is a much more finer term.
Right. And we are consuming this man?
No, not him.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
I know.
it's more of a
You're a hell of a
scopolamine.
lot farther than what people say, alright?
It's more of a scopolamine endorph that you're really consuming. So don't really worry about him. That's not really him. Anyway,
You just said, what?
scopolamine endomorph.
Yeah, yeah, what is that?
A creature.
Right? Yes. Why did I think of that? I would like to take out Benjamin's diary, Buster's diary, and see if we can go into
Would
there.
you like for me to copy paste that into group chat so that way you can look at it?
Yes, please.
There you go. You know what?
5 and 3. I got it.
Yep. We'll
Yeah,
be.
while I'm searching up from his diary.
So, a couple of things to let you know ahead of time. I know he's on a phone call right now, so what we're going to do is we're going to go over a couple other things. On the far wall across from you, behind Gideon's bed, you will see a library and all the scrolls I have stacked up over there. Because you are going to become a Witcher, you will be allowed into the lab, You'll be able to use the workstation here for any of your alchemical components. You'll be able to use the library to research all manner of monsters. Okay? So that means you will have access to the tomes that are associated with all the monsters to be able to learn what to expect from whatever you're hunting. Also, if you're getting signs from a creature, you go and you talk to the different people in the area. They are telling you all the different parts and pieces of the information that you'll need, because you got to set up for what we call a hunt. A great one that I've been on recently was a noon wraith. So noon wraiths are normally tied to an object, and whenever this a woman on her wedding day was killed, and she was thrown down a well by a raiding party. Well, as her body decomposed into the well, her bracelet became a focus for her soul, and it created a noon wraith. Noon wraiths normally are at their height of their power during the middle of the day, but at night, if you can get her to appear, you have a great advantage. People were talking of seeing a ghostly form near a well at the location during the day. Yeah. So he's telling you all about noon wraiths and how basically you learn about them, you learn about all the different parts and pieces, and then once you defeat it, you're able to write down inside of your diary more information of what worked. Whether it's the different spells that you receive, the different actions and different feelings and different thoughts that go through your mind. All these things are very important things to put into these tomes, because as a witcher is able to go through his longer lifespan, it also helps all of us. Shift and scroll your mouse wheel. Yeah, no problem. So, we're going to add in something I wasn't really planning on doing, but we're going to add it in anyway for funsies. So as you guys lay down to go to sleep for the night after having your discussions with him, and he's telling you more about the Witcher lore and the differences between using a steel blade for humanoids and a silvered blade for non-humanoids. Mainly because of the fact that the oils applied to a blade. Yeah, I did. I couldn't. Yeah, I tried. It didn't work when I went to stream Be Right Back. For some reason, the transition didn't work, so I might have to figure that out later. So he goes off to bed, and then in the morning he comes back, and he says, "Good morning, fledglings." Oh, he says, "I hope you guys rested well. Everyone good?" It's still saying starting stream? It should be on the... Is it on there now?
I think it's been on stream starting
better.
the whole time. There we go.
Okay.
Fixed.
I have it on chat only so that I'm not cheating.
It's okay.
I only opened it to see them.
For some reason, it's decided that it's going to have a edit screen and a live screen. I don't know why, but my UI has changed up here at the top. They might have updated.
Yeah.
I'm not very fond of that. It's messed up my stream. There was no, hey, this is changing. Shame on them. That might be why my Be Right Back screen did not work.
Can't be right back for something you haven't started.
Well then. Well, back to it. Recrew goes, breakfast. So, come on forward. We will have breakfast here at the table. He steps up, sits down the food on the table, and says, so, after this, we will do is says we'll eat breakfast. He says I'll wait till about lunchtime, right before lunch, and then we will have tea. Now, after this, we will see how you're progressing overall, because there's certain things that will become more involved.
I don't like the sound of involved.
Oh, no.
Exciting.
It's not that bad. Trust me, these are things you want to happen. And
Okay.
he puts emphasis on want and flicks his wing in a gesture like, yes. He goes, so, breakfast is served. He says, it's nice hearty porridge with berries and some of my favorite nuts and berries that I have found in the forest locally.
Oh, is there no? And I'm poking through it. Meat?
I forget how much humans eat, or you would eat meat. Maybe for lunch, if everything goes well. I don't want you to...
Okay.
We don't want to spoil the meat, you know what I mean?
Right, yeah. Yep.
Some of the other fletchlings from before actually really responded well to a good, hearty, thick porridge early in the morning.
Right, okay. I slowly start eating it.
Okay. So after you guys are done, he walks over here. He starts crushing different herbs and different spices, cutting up different things, dripping in different things. Starts going back and forth, going back to his diary, going over here, and then mixing more, going over here, putting stuff over the amblick, crushing.
While you're doing that, I whisper to Gideon, I'm like, hey, the Scullion Deer Morphs thing, those were giant centipedes, in case you cared. Found it last night.
Cool.
And he says, okay, well, it's taken him a good bit of time this time. And he comes over and he says, sorry, this isn't really good for me to put into teas at this point. He hands you both a vial. He says this is going to be a little bit more difficult. He says there's enough for 3 tries for today.
Each?
Yes. And he hands you both a relatively large vial that has enough for... It has 3 tick marks on it. He says, you need to learn portion control. If you drink the whole thing at once, either it's going to go really good or really bad for you real quickly. However, if you take the little sips at a time, 1 sip at a time, if you're able to stomach it for today, you'll be fine. If you don't and you're not able to imbibe it, please go over to the grates at the end of the table and evacuate your bowels there, please. It could come out of either end, so don't be bashful.
Oh, okay. Let's do this one at a time. I don't think we can both fit over the grates at once, so...
I doubt that. I doubt that.
And
I'm 6 foot.
you see
I'm
him, he
wide.
walks over here, and he stands right here, and he turns around.
I'm
and
pretty tall, too.
He pulls out his ledger, and he has his pen, which you notice is actually one of his
Great.
feathers that
Go
he has
first.
sharpened at the tip, and he dips it in the ink, and he goes, okay.
Okay, I'll go first this time. And I drink until the line, like I...
Okay, roll a percentage chance. I'm going to give you a 50% chance you're able to actually hit the line. You hit the line.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Now, give me a Constitution saving throw.
3.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
So let's see. We're going to say high, it comes out the top. Low, it comes out the bottom.
Rush over to the grate.
It comes out the bottom.
Oh.
Ugh.
And you see him, he looks at you, and he sees all this going, and goes, as I thought. Okay. And he goes, please step back, and you're going to have to wait a little while before you can try again. Go ahead, and you're going to have to help me keep track of this, because I got to keep track of 6 scores.
That's alright.
Gideon, it is your turn.
I'm gonna slam it. I'm gonna go for it.
The whole thing?
Send it. The whole thing.
Oh, no.
Okay. Remember, this means it could be a -2 to your Constitution score permanently. You get 3 rolls.
Okay.
Okay. So you slam
It's just
it.
what my character would do.
Okay, he slams it. Give me 3 Constitution saving throws. Your DC is going to be
Gotcha.
16. I'm moving you up a whole day.
Oh
with
no.
a 1, with a 1, you're going to get a -4 to your Constitution score.
Gotcha.
Forever right now? Like,
Yeah.
just the other 2 rolls? Okay.
Oof. So I've got 2 more rolls.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
You're done. Nat 1, a very important thing. You're going to be unconscious. He's going to put you in your bed and start monitoring you for the rest of the day.
Oh no.
Yeah, he's going to basically just be like, he's done for the day, maybe even tomorrow. It's not looking good. This is very bad.
Yikes. So it didn't come out either end. It just stayed.
Yeah, you're fevered. You're laying there twitching. Your eyes are rolling back in your head, and there's nothing he can do for you. You literally just about ended yourself.
Yikes.
Okay. Current.
Okay, I roll again, right? Oh, yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. 50-50 chance which way it goes. Comes out the top this time.
Yep. At least it's different.
And he goes, okay. He walks over, he gets you some water, gives you the water, and he says, as bad as I said, I need you to take your time with this. And he goes, it's best just to get it over with for today.
Okay, so roll again. Oh no! I don't have any inspiration.
No. So you two get a -2 to your Constitution saving throw, or Constitution score.
Damn.
This
I already did it. I had already done it.
Oh, okay. So it's a 14.
It's a 14.
Okay. And then, because you failed all 3, you're also going to be, like, nauseous, unconscious, laying in the bed. Like, as you walk over to do it, you basically just pass out on the floor right there on the grates. And he comes over, grabs the mop, bucket, and all the cleaning supplies, comes back over, starts cleaning up all the mess and everything like that. Comes back over here and starts preparing for tomorrow. Gets everything good. And he goes, well, guess they're good for today. Goes outside, goes to sleep. Comes back in.
I wouldn't call that good.
Walks back over, sets breakfast down. Goes and checks on Gideon. Gideon, you're conscious, but you're not feeling great.
Okay.
And he says, breakfast is on the table. This time, it's going to be like bread and again porridge. And this time there will be some meat. And he will tell you be very, very lenient on the meat. It's very chunky coming back out, in or through the top or bottom.
Oof.
He checks on Current, and he goes, she's doing okay, but not better than him. And he wakes you up and he says, food's on the table. Go easy on the meat, please. It gets stuck whenever you're dealing with things.
Okay, I very slowly eat.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna really take my time and no meat.
Okay. We're on day 5, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And so he kind of comes over here and he says, I have the potions mixed. You guys, I need you guys to do me a favor. And he pulls up a piece of paper, sticks it on this wall, piece of paper, and sticks it on this wall, and steps back here. He says, let's see how this is going. As a Witcher, you do get a special kind of magic. It is a part of the changes that happen. Now, you receive Ard, which is prestidigitation. Out of combat, Witcher can use the great disturbances in the air to extinguish small flames, torches, and bonfires. As a bonus action, you can blast a 15-foot cone of force, dealing 1d6 damage to 2 creatures within an area. You must make a strength saving throw against your saving DC. I'm reading you the actual stuff, but I'm also kind of going to be saying it, as him too. On a failed save, the creature's knocked back 10 feet. On a successful save, they are only dealt damage. So he tells you, Art is one of the very first signs you will learn. This sign is able to use the air to make gusts of bursts of energy. So these two targets on the wall, I want you both to draw and use this hand sign. And he shows you the hand sign in front of him. He uses one hand and he makes like a symbol of an A with his feathers. And then a gust of wind goes forth and hits the wall and presses the paper against the wall, and you can see it. And all like the torch on the far wall over here that's illuminated kind of flickers and pushes back just a bit. He says, "Now I need both of you to give that a try."
Okay. I try to make the same movement as his feathers as I move up.
Okay, you'd also seen it in the book that you have.
Oh, okay, good.
Okay, and Gideon, he would have walked by and showed you very like in-depthly how it works with your hands and everything. So both of you roll a DC or a D20. We're gonna say it's gonna be above an 8.
Yay!
Nope.
So she's able to make a small gust, and it makes the paper ripple a little bit. He looks at you, and he kind of like pushes your hands around and kind of shows you again exactly how to do it. And he says, "You may need to use 2 hands at the beginning. Try again." So roll it again. This time,
Woo!
you see again a nice little flutter against the wall. And he goes, your changes are coming along. You guys are getting a little bit more and more attuned with the toxins that are inside of your body. Neither one of you have done like perception checks, or neither one of you have really observed each other. But he will say, like, "Gideon, your hair is changing to a lighter color." And he would look at Current and he'd go, "Ma'am, I'm sorry, but your luster of your pink pigment is starting to fade."
I look at my. Oh, what? Fuck.
He goes, "These are part of the changes that go a part of a Witcher. With the amount that you guys have not been successful to keep down," he says, "it's nothing new. It's just the worse it gets, the more changes there can be."
Right.
And that's why your stomach's, like I said, like in a knot. And then Gideon, the smell of alcohol kind of repulses you a bit.
Oof.
We should have made Tony's character do this.
I tried. And he pulls out the 2 vials for today. Both are a bit larger than last time. You notice that their size and diameter has increased. The tick marks are about the same levels, though. And he sets them on a tray on vial holders in front of you, and he says, "This is your trial for today." This is the 5th day, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Still the 5th day. Okay. Take a deep breath, and I take mine and try to get to the line.
Okay, roll me a percentage chance. I'm going to give you 50-50. All right, it's high, so you got it on the line.
Okay.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw. Okay, you
Right.
make it.
Yes!
You make it the first try. You can feel it course through your body. Everything gets sharper. You notice the darker corners start to lighten, as if somebody almost like turned the torches up a notch, if you know what I'm saying.
Right.
Like, you can feel things around you kind of reverberate. You can feel Recru's like almost body energy at this point. Like, you can, everything's a little bit sharp. Like, it's weird because everything kind of is a bit sharper. Gideon?
I'm gonna take a deep breath, reach out with a shaking hand, put it to my lips, and slam it.
Oh my god. Dude, you're gonna be the death. You're gonna be the death out of this whole encounter.
It's what my character would do.
Okay, roll that beautiful bean footage. Let's see it. Oh my god, you made it.
Yes.
Okay, even though you made it, I want to say this. Even though you made it, I'm going to say that you make it through today's and tomorrow's. You're going to have to do the 7th day. Remember when I say you have to do the 7th day.
Yep.
Your stomach tightens, your eyes roll back in your head, and he runs over and catches you as you fall. And he goes, "That idiot. He nearly died last time." He takes you over, puts you into bed, and he says, "If he doesn't eat tomorrow, he will die."
Oh, shit.
And Riku goes out, grabs food, brings it back in. This time it's a hearty portion of good cut steaks, pork chops, lamb, like just all assortment of meats and all the different things. And he says he's very proud. You're doing so well. Between this trial and the next two, you should be fine. He says you're doing really well. Is there anything
I
you'd like
start
to know?
eating. Yeah. Is there a way to get what we lose back at all? Like, look at the unconscious Gideon and see his hair, and I look at my luster, and basically the Constitution. Asking, is there ever a way to get that back, or is it gone forever?
This is your vitality will return. It will take time, and you will have to find a restoration spell. As for the luster in your scales, I've never seen it be able to be returned. He says, I was once a bright white and red, vibrant recruit, but unfortunately, through the trials, my beautiful white and red feathers have dulled to a black.
What? And I look at my scales. I'm like, do we expect them to turn black since I'm almost the same color as that? Or
It's different for all races and all different types. He says, for you, he says, I've had to change many, many different parts of the formula because you are dragon and dwarven of descent. It's been very difficult for me. And he says, I've feared for your life the whole time, but I believe you'll make it through. The human, on the other hand, has been very...
yeah, I saw him chug that. That was, bold. Him.
Yes. Well, tomorrow we will see how things transpire with your next science class, and we will look at the different types of artifacts that you guys can wear that will help you also. He says, the library is here. If you would like to browse, please be my guest and read to poor Gideon.
I would love to. Finish my food. Over.
Okay. So after you finish with your food, you go over there and you find a book of different kinds of monsters. And we're going to go with...
I'm gonna use Benjamin's notebook to whatever's in that book that's not in Gideon's note. Or Gideon, I keep saying Benjamin's notebook to just jot them down so I have them.
Okay. You don't see a foglet in there. But as you're looking at a foglet, you notice that it is normally inside of swampy areas. It is an oganoid. You find out more about it, that it has darkness vision, it has a pretty decently high passive perception, that it actually can teleport between different patches of fog. And it can create a fog that actually that is haunted by smoke bubbles itself, and it can hurt you.
Is there a way to how to beat it?
The spell Ard actually helps dissipate parts of the fog, knocking out a 15-foot cone that you can stand in to keep yourself at bay. Also, a combination of Igni on it. It's very weak against Igni, which you don't know much about Igni yet. And Quinn will slow it and keep it in place and keep it from transforming into a gaseous form, which it can do.
Okay.
Once it's killed the mutagens that are normally found under blue, it also has a liver, if I remember correctly, a liver that is very good for mutagens and those kinds of things.
Okay.
And you kind of read off all this stuff to Gideon as he's foaming at the mouth, his eyes rolling in and out of his head. Yeah. So
Okay.
I'm going to take a quick 2-second break here. I'll be right back as you're reading him information.
So,
I'm dreaming. I'm dreaming of fog.
I have you just be like, they teleport, and, oh, this isn't good. Yeah, they turn into gas, and, looks like something called Igni can hurt them. Something Quinn. Quan? Quinn. Qua? Yep, that thing. Well, I'm sure we'll figure it out later. Can slow him. Because I'm just reading this out loud. And, Ard. Oh, the thing we just learned. You hear that, Gideon? And I'm like poking you.
I think I'm still foaming at the mouth at
Oh,
this point.
I know. That's how, like, I hope you're living, but, like, this is all I can do, so I'm like, yep, I hope you're paying attention. Don't go towards the light.
Oh, sorry, wrong character. So Riku leaves for the night. After bringing you dinner, you guys eat dinner and you guys talk a little bit more about different creatures and different things about being a Witcher. He tells you of the next trial, the trial of the Peacock. He says, while you guys are taking all of this, he says the next part is to help cleanse you. He says you will be taken into a dream state to help flush out some of the toxins that are left over that your bodies aren't so used to. In that dream state, you will battle your greatest demons.
Oh boy.
And
Can I get my memories back?
Yeah. Well, you're not there. You're currently unconscious.
Oh, yeah.
So he's basically just talking to Current. He's just like, when he comes to in the morning, if you guys wake up, I'll bring down coffee for him. He's going to need it. He goes, it's just going to be a little bit more difficult. Yep, difficult. And then he comes back in the morning with coffees, sets them down. I guess Current, you're probably already up reading again, transcribing stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, Gideon kind of wakes up as you're reading him about a feral zombie. It's basically dead that was on a unsacred earth that weren't interred correctly, and they come back to life. It understands languages that it knew in life, but it can't speak. They have undead fortitude. They're very aggressive. They have a bite attack. If they're not dealt with, then they actually change into a... What is it? Not a ghoul. Can't remember the name of it.
I just wrote ghoul thing.
Yeah, they change into something. I can't remember the name of it. But anyway, they will actually change, and then they live inside of a nest. A necker. That's it. Nekker. And then they live inside of a hovel-like hole, and then they emerge and attack people as they come by the unhallowed ground. You wake up to hearing this, Gideon, and Riku says, good morning. I have coffee. It's delicious.
You imbibe some coffee? It sounds like you did.
I may have had a cup. Today is going to be an interesting day. Gideon, here is your coffee, your porridge, and a little bit of extra fruit for you today. I need you to relax. Gideon, as you rose, you notice that everything seems to be brighter around you. Like, as if the room was completely lit, as if it was in sunlight almost.
Oof. I'll kind of raise my hand, like, above my eyes.
Yep. You notice that there is a hum coming from magical objects that are inside of the room. You can feel your senses kind of enhanced to the point where, like, you can hear the scurry of a mouse upstairs, kind of thing. Like, everything's extremely sharp to you. Like, anything that's going on around you. The slightest rustle of wind going across the top of the things, top of the ceiling, making the flutters move upstairs.
That's intense.
Like, everything's really, really sharp to you today. And he says, I need you to focus on eating and drinking lots of water today, because tomorrow is going to be a massively difficult day. It will be graduation day from the trial of the Swallow.
Yay! No
If-
more drink.
If you so live.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And he walks over and he grabs the 2 vials that he had put together. He walks back over to the table. Or no, the 1 vial. The 1 vial.
Yeah,
Oh,
you have to do
okay.
it.
And he goes, "Today, only one of you will be taking it." He says, "I don't believe Gideon could stomach or live through another for today. But tomorrow's will be just as potent as it needs to be." And he hands you the
Great.
vial.
Okay, I drink the line.
Alright, roll me a percentage chance. This time it's going to be 50%. Let's see if you get above it. Nope. You down the whole thing. So,
Oh no.
we're going to kick you up to the 7th day Constitution score DC of 20.
Oh no!
Oh no.
You get
That's not good.
3 tries or a -4 to your Constitution. Oh!
Wow.
When she needed it. There it is. So you chunk it back. You look at Recrew. It hits your stomach. You can feel your body swell with energy, as if this was made for your body. Recrew, with his beak, as hard as it would be, you see a grin.
Oh wow!
And you see him, he goes, "The coffee must have been the thing. The coffee must have been the thing. Must write down the notes. Must write down the notes." And he scrabbles over to the table, grabbing pen and paper, starts scribbling away. Like, he is ecstatic that this went off so well. He starts writing and writing and writing and writing and writing and writing, forgetting about both of you right now. Completely forgetting you. And he goes, "Oh, this is wonderful. This is wonderful. Oh my God." He goes, quickly. He comes back over to you and he goes, he spins all the way around. He goes, "I need you to do me a favor. You know the paper over here on the wall?"
Right.
He says,
Yeah.
"I need you to cast Igni."
Right. Igni is in my book. Hold on, let me look at it real quick. Flip.
Okay.
Yeah, you write that one.
As
Okay.
you're looking at it, you would have seen in the scribbled notes that it creates small flames, kind of like candles, torches, or bonfires. Basically, it's like almost a little bitty thing. As a bonus action, you can send out a small burst of flames in a 10-foot cone. All creatures within the area make a DC Dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, the target receives 1d8 fire damage or half on a success. So he says, "Alright, I'm going to step out of the way. Don't hit me, 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 don't hit me." Now, you see that target on the wall.
Can I combine it with my fire breath since I got a 20? Like, can I get like a little extra bonus thing here?
Do you have a fire breath?
Yeah. I'm a red dragonborn and I have fire breath.
What's your fire breath do now?
Breath weapon, 2d6 on a failed save. The damage increases to 3d6 at 6th level.
So you do
It's a
3d6 right now?
DC's. Yeah.
He looks at you and he goes, "I don't know. This is one of the things. You do 3d6 now? How about 2d6?
I haven't used it yet.
How about 2d6 and an 8?
Okay.
Okay.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, 2d6 and a d8. It'll be weird, but we'll go with it anyway. And he goes, "Okay, roll a d20. Let's see if it works." Yeah, it's above
11.
10. Yeah, so you breathe out, and you see basically a small, like, stream. Instead of it being a 15-foot cone, it's a more 10-foot cone.
Okay.
Let's see here if I can do this. Like
Oh,
that.
instead of a cone, it's like a line.
Yeah. Instead of a 15-foot cone, that's what it would be. It's,
Okay.
It's more of a 5-foot line. So instead, it was more of a like that.
So I could just hit people in the row in front of me.
Yeah.
Got ya.
And he goes, "Oh, that's amazing. This is why." And he starts scribbling in his notes furiously. He goes, Okay. Next up is Yurden." He says, "Flip to the page. It has Yurden." Whose spell book is that?
Oh,
Whose-
this is Benjamin's. I found him.
Oh,
We have his body.
have you been taking things before this?
What do you mean taking? No.
Reading through his diary, I mean, he probably has other swallows detailed in there as how to make them in the formulas. They're coded.
I just looked at it, but I didn't do anything with it. I was gonna bring them to you, but then when we got in here, you were so excited, you dragged us off to this.
Oh. Well then. He says, as long as you haven't been taking anything, nothing else will counteract. Okay. Yurden. Yeah, Yurden. He goes, as a bonus action, place a magical trap on the ground. 20-foot range, 10-foot radius, lasting 1d4 turns. All non-allies within the area have half movement speed. You can place a number of traps equal to your wisdom modifier plus 1. So he says, see if you can place a trap here.
Okay. I try. Really well.
Okay. So you go to cast it, and you cast it, and it works beautifully. And you see the runic inscriptions in purple running around the edges of the thing. And he's just beaming with pride.
You're
Okay.
doing so well. I'm so
yeah.
proud.
Actually,
This is-
Actually, I think that's it. That's it. He goes, yep. He says, now the last one I want you to do is I need you to step over here. And he says, gestures. And he goes, okay. Lastly is going to be Axie.
Okay. Yeah. Flip.
He goes,
Yep.
maybe not today. He says, you didn't really get the hand signals right. And he says, you were supposed to target someone. You didn't target anyone. That's probably why it fizzled. He says, this time, target me with your spell. And try again. And he kind of moves your hands around a little bit. And he says, use this. Oh, yep, you got it. Ooh, that hurt. Okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I've got something for that. He crushes up something, willow bark, pours in hot water, swigs it down. I'm fine. Okay. He goes, I will save Quinn for our friend Gideon here. We haven't talked about Quinn yet, but we will get to there. And so you guys come back over here. You eat lunch. You eat dinner. He discusses with you all different forms and types and parts and pieces of the Witcher. He discusses that at second level, the Trial of the Grasses has improved your senses to near superhuman levels, which is basically what I'm giving you guys now. You have an increased sense of smell. They can detect opponents within 30 feet by sense of smell. If the opponent is upwind or range increases to 60 feet, downwind if it drops down to 15 feet. Strong scents such as smoke or rotting garbage can be detected from twice the ranges as noted above. Overpowering scents such as skunk musk or troglodyte stench can be detected at triple the range. When a creature detects a scent, the exact location is not revealed, only its presence and somewhere within the range. The creature can take a bonus action to note the direction of the scent. A creature with a scent ability can also follow tracks by smell. So if you're tracking something, you'll be able to find it. The typical DC for a fresh trail is 10, no matter what kind of surface the holds the scent. The DC decreases depending on the strength of the quarry's odor. The number of creatures and the range of the trail for each hour the trail is cold, DC increases by 2. Creatures tracking scent ignores the effects of surface conditions of poor visibility and gain observant feat and gain proficiency in perception or expertise if you're already proficient. So this is when he says, I know your senses are sharpening. He says they will get even sharper if you continue down this path. He says also you will learn alchemy as you guys go through and continue working with the Witcher abilities. So at level 2, you will get your alchemist kit from him, and you'll be specialized into potions. Now these potions are going to be very indicative of the path you choose. And he shows you that there's a wolf's head, there's a bear's head, there's a griffin, there's a viper, and I think there's one or two other ones. But he basically brings out different medallions. And each one is silver inlaid with different kinds of, like the snake's got like green eyes. The griffin has like golden looking sapphires. different kind of things inlaid in it. The wolf's head has like red eyes. And he says, once you complete your Witcher trials, all 3, you will receive one of your choosing. And now this will be indicative of the school that you decide to go into. Would you like to know anything else before we continue on? There's also blade oils, bomb crafting, monstrous decoctions.
Right now, I almost just died. Uh, maybe later. Can we come talk later?
Okay. He does mention, like I said, the School of the Wolf, the School of the Cat, the School of the Viper, School of the Bear, School of the Griffin.
Is there a school that like does well with shield fighting, sword and shield? You have a recommendation? Like running into all the things, getting hit by all the things.
School of the Cat, teachings of the Cat focus on 2 things: precision and speed. As a result, they are fast and fierce fighters, capable of whirling through masses of enemies within seconds. School of the Wolf. School of the Wolf excels at adaptability. They are resourceful warriors. Words are hard. Before preparing to engage a combat, allowing them to defeat monsters much stronger than them. Let's see here. School of the Viper. School of the Viper trains the finest assassins known to man. Probably not what you're looking for. School of the Bear. Hail from the harshlands of Skellige, and they value freedom and being free above all else. They are focused on heavy fighting capable with freezing temperatures in their native lands.
Oh, I like those ones.
You gain 3 levels and 3 proficiency. At level 3, you gain proficiency in heavy armor. And if you already have it, basically I'll give you something else.
Oh, okay.
School of the Griffin is more of a scholarly class. They are known to act as similarly to nobles and are focused on unlocking the secrets of signs as detected through dedicated study and practice. They emphasize on repeated powerful uses of these signs in combat. So the spells that I'm teaching you now would be further enhanced.
I see. Interesting.
Okay.
Look at Squirrel, who hasn't said a word.
I'm just steeling myself for the trials ahead, preparing, just taking it all in.
I give him a nice pat. I'm like, it wasn't so bad.
So,
Nope.
Recrew goes and gets dinner at this point, comes back, gives you guys a wonderful dinner, filled full of all kinds of different foods, asks if there's anything else you would like Gideon for tomorrow's morning breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
Coffee.
Okay. He says, no problem. Is there any, do you want it strong? Do you want it weak?
As strong as you can make it.
Okay, no problem. And then he leaves. You guys go to bed. The next morning comes, he brings in very strong coffee and a wonderful breakfast for both of you. Lots and lots and lots of water for current. He says this will help start the flushing of your system to get you guys back squared away. After breakfast, he goes over to the workbench and furiously starts looking at his notes, shaking his head, making small additions to the small vial sitting over the burner as it slowly bubbles and changes color with each drop of different things that he's putting inside of it, trying to ensure that it's the exact perfect potion for today for you. And this time you notice that when he's done, there's only 2 chances marked on the vial.
Oof.
Good luck.
Yeah.
He says, with your major successes, he says, I've made this one. He said, I think that you have 2 chances, and he says, I'm a little hesitant to even give you 2 at once. He says, I made enough for 3. He says, but I'm keeping the 3rd one because it could kill you automatically.
Sorry, I was checking my belt of dwarven kind to see if I grew a thicker beard.
Oh.
But it's no. 7.
So he hands you the vial with 2 doses in it. And he says, please only drink 1.
Don't
One
die.
is in the whole thing.
What?
No, the
What?
line. Drink to the line.
Drink to the line.
Yeah. I would like to help him to see if he's over drinking to grab the vial from.
Okay, I'll
Just
let.
in case.
Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let him roll. Are you gonna try to drink to the vial, to the line on the vial, or are you going to pound it again?
He specifically said this time you will die.
No, I didn't say he would die. I just said he has 2 chances, then a third chance over here. But I don't want to kill him, so I didn't keep the third chance, third in there.
I mean, according to my character, I just have to go for it.
Okay.
Like I can't play outside of that.
No, it's if that's the way you want to play it. I mean, remember your character can do whatever your character wants to do, and if that's the way you want to play him, that's the way you play him. I'm not going to say anything against it. Go ahead and roll your Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
I'm gonna die. This is fine.
Oh
dead.
no.
Okay,
Nice.
you start sipping on it. You start to choke a bit as you get down almost to the line, and you start throwing up, and he shoves you over to the grate.
Oh,
And he comes over and he starts rubbing your back. He says, I tried to tell you not to go too quickly on it. He says, here's your second chance. He says, go ahead and get it over with now. Go ahead and roll me another Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
I'm gonna die.
Okay.
This is so bad.
Normal.
Again, you're throwing it
Yeah,
all up. He walks over. He grabs the third one. He comes back over. He says, well, here's your last chance at this.
Oh. RN Jesus, please help me. Yes.
So, you are racked with pain. You didn't technically make it, so I am dropping you 2 Constitution save. Constitution score.
He's gonna have negative.
Yeah.
And your hair is going to turn white. Your skin is going to turn ashy white. Your eyes are going to turn black.
Nice.
You're going to have veins running across underneath your eyes. You're going to develop a ragged cough. You will not feel very good most of the time. Okay.
Fine.
Cool.
Letting
It's
you
fine.
know, you won't feel good most of the time. It'll take you a long, long time. Now, remember, you can go back up to your 12 in Constitution if you get a restoration or greater restoration spell. However,
We know anyone
okay.
in the city that can do this?
yeah, it's going to be costly though.
Okay.
Riku would tell you that there is clerics within the town that can do this. However, you're going to have to go see them, and you're going to have to pay very liberally for their services. And he looks at you and he says, a greater restoration will also bring back your vitality, but maybe not the luster to your scales. And he looks at Gideon and he says, the changes that you've underwent, you will never be able to recover permanently from. So he walks back over and he says, now, let's have some lunch and some dinner. And he says, then I think Gideon will I will instruct Gideon on how to cast Quinn, because he will be needing it a lot more now.
Ah, great. So my con can only go up to 12 now. I can't go back up to the 14 I had.
No.
Okay. That's fair.
So, lunch is served, and then dinner or after lunch, he comes over. You're feeling a good bit better. You notice it. Although you didn't pass out, you're not foaming at the mouth, you did feel horrible, and the changes are immense to your body. He says, these are the signs for, I think I'll call it Quinn. Come on. Hard, Yerden, Igni, Quinn. So he says, alright, this is the sign for Quinn, and he makes a small sign in the air, and you see a lustrous golden sheen run across his body. And he says, now, I have an extra protection for me. He said, go ahead and like, go ahead and strike me. And you go to hit him, and you notice like it almost looks like a ripple happens and goes around him, and then it dissipates. Like the golden sheen dissipates from around him. He says, "Now it is your turn." So you're going to go ahead and roll a d20 and see if you can use the same hand signatures as he did and cast it.
Yeah.
You do a fantastic job. When you get this, you grant yourself the ability of resistance to bludgeoning and piercing and slashing damage. When you are hit the first time, it lasts for 2 hits. Okay?
Okay.
And then at level, you get empowered, greater empowered, and mythic empowered. So each one of these things we're talking about, different spells, if you get when you guys get the Witcher class, you're going to be able to see they do get empowered, greater empowered, and mythic empowerment to them, making them extremely powerful spells. You get them at levels 6 and 10, I believe. No, you get them at different levels. They're coded into the back of this somewhere. Empowered signs at 10. They're in here. I'm gonna look at it. You guys will be fine. And he says, "Well, this concludes the first part of the Witcher Trials. This is the end of the Swallow, and I appreciate you guys making it this far. We've had so many who haven't." And he says, "I will leave you guys to study and to talk before your trials tomorrow. Your trials tomorrow are going to be much more difficult."
Oh no.
Well, thank you for getting us this far, at least.
Yep.
Though you look a little worse for wear there, Gideon.
Yeah.
As you start going.
Yeah, I'm gonna be coughing and just kind of resting on my arms on the table as I just cough.
Over and just like rub your back, like it'll be okay, just I'm sure it'll come out eventually. I'm sure it's just phlegm.
Yep.
This can't be permanent, right? Yeah.
I would pray to my God if I could.
I make sure you're okay, and then I meander back to the bookshelf, and then just do that for the rest.
I think I'm just gonna pass out on the table.
Okay, so you pass out on the table, and night soonly comes. And as night soonly comes, so does morning. And with morning comes recrew. And I have closed out the map. Recruit leaves, he comes back, and he says, "Now, each of you take," he hands one small tablet, one little pill
No.
to
Please.
Gideon, and hands another one to Current. He says, "You will eat these," and he says, "I will force feed you water. I need you both to lay down in your beds as soon as you take it." He goes,
"Okay.
And when you awake, you will be done with the trial of the peacock."
Well, good luck, Gideon.
You too, friend.
I just throw it in my mouth, like, this over with.
I'm gonna close my eyes, plug my nose, open my mouth, and just drop it in.
Okay. As everything kind of goes away, the hum of the area, everything kind of slowly fades away. Both of you drift off into a fitful sleep. And you awaken in a new place.
In the ether.
He's there!
It looks to be a dwarven city.
Do I recognize this dwarven city?
You do. It looks like your family's dwarven city.
Oh.
Gideon, you would remember this also.
Would I?
Yes. Not specifically the same way, but you would remember of being here in a troublesome time.
Okay.
Not specifically this area, but because remember, it's a lucid dream, so both of you are remembering things slightly different. You know, the green crystals, purple crystals, and orange crystals may not be the same. You know what I mean, for Gideon as it is for Current. Current, it looks like your home. Everything looks as if everything is right where you left it.
Do I feel like I'm dreaming, or do I know this?
No, it feels concrete under your feet now.
Okay, so this is reality for me.
This is reality for you. Gideon, because we don't have a really good solid backstory for you, it becomes solid under your feet.
Oh,
Like a memory that I'm reliving but don't remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
well, I'm gonna look confused. And when did I get home? What?
Yeah,
Are there
I'm
people
just
around?
Yes.
As long as I don't care who they are, because I was gonna say where are the people, but there are people.
Dwarven guards kind of almost come out of nowhere with a dwarven knight, and they say,
Oh.
"Intruder, grab him! He's a human!"
Wait! He's with me!
No, princess, we know a traitor when we see him.
I've done no wrong that I remember.
No, you will remember when you are taken to the dungeons forever.
This isn't right, no. This man is a paladin, like me. He's done no wrong. He's helped me.
We have him under treason to the High King, and we shall take him below. You will stand trial also.
What?
Yep.
That's what she's saying, but she's very confused.
So, as you're doing it, here, a dwarf that you've known for a while, we're going to call him Thorben.
Oh, is that Steven?
No, Thorben Bonebeard,
Oh,
the monster hunter guy.
yeah.
He walks up to you and says, "Princess, come with me. We must go see the king and queen immediately. They're going to take him below."
I look between them, and I'm like, I will take care of this, Gideon. Do not touch a hair on his head. He has done no wrong.
Very well, we will not touch him, but he will come with us.
Gideon, do not fight them for now. I will figure this out, and we will get you free.
I trust you, Current.
I look to, I made myself bigger again. Thorben, and I'm like, then let's go. Time is of the essence.
We're going to say that, for simplicity's sakes, that over here is where they take you. Into this, and then downstairs is going to be the place. As for you, he takes you over here into this house, which you would know is like your parents' house. Alright, NPCs.
This is a very small dwelling, King and Queen. This must be our summer home.
Yeah.
You know that we live in the caves.
Yeah.
Must migrate for the summer.
Your father. I don't know what the fuck his name is.
Baldorf. Just call him Baldorf, it's fine.
Yeah, Baldorf. And your mother, let's see here. Yeah.
Less bald dwarf.
Mordrin,
Full hair dwarf, yeah.
full hair dwarf Mordrin, are standing there. And they say, "You have left us when we needed you the most. Large monsters have been infiltrating all of our caves. Why did you leave us when we needed you?"
But
Oh no.
we're trying to... No, this can't be right. We're trying to save everyone from the monsters, not... Were you guys not trading with kobolds and If you needed help, we could have asked them.
The
Why did you not call me?
The kobolds attacked us immediately. Your card, it never even worked.
What? No, that can't be right. No.
Have you
Something
received
must be
anything
wrong.
from anyone else?
Yeah, yes I did. From the tavern owner, Trixie.
He pulls out a card, and you can see that it's just like a regular playing card, and shows it to you. He says, "Is this the one?"
No, that's a regular playing card. That's not.
This is what you gave me.
No, I pull out my cards and to like look at the difference between them.
They look like regular playing cards.
No. What happened to? And she just like she can't speak. She's so confused.
Okay, we're gonna go over to Gideon right now. The dwarves take you, shackle you, bind you, take your any what do you call it, medallion of your gods or anything like that. Basically, strip you down into your little clothes and lock you into a room. Throw a bucket in there and say, "You get fed once a day," and they slam the door shut, and then a guard sits across from you. He says, "Why don't you just go ahead and fess up?"
I've done no wrong. I'm innocent.
Well, tell us of what happened. Why are you even here?
I'm here to defend and protect my friend.
Oh, the princess? The one who turned her back on us?
She's done nothing in her life as such.
So, this is also an opportunity for you to explain your backstory a little bit further. We can dive into it a little bit.
Okay.
So, he'd be like, "So how did you come into the service of the princess?"
She came to me in my time of need when I suffered my first failure in the arena.
So what were you, a gladiator?
Exactly so. Quite magnificent.
And now here you are, standing as the traitorous scum that you are.
If that is what you claim me to be, but I know by my God that that is not so.
So, what are they going to say about your deeds now? That you just followed around a treacherous princess?
You snake.
That a gladiator never fights alone.
Yes.
One's deeds cannot be claimed by himself, but by those that he surrounds himself with.
You will sit here and rot and be forgotten. No one will ever sing your praises.
I know that my friends will, and my foes that remember me that I have let live.
We'll see about that. So, what is your purpose besides following the princess? Spits on the ground.
To bring justice and light into the world through great deeds.
What
to bring freedom.
You're running around with... You're a human. Last time you guys had a justice and bring light to the thing, it was kill all the rest of us.
That was wrong, and we did not understand what we did not know.
Oh, so now you're on the, oh, let's be friends kick, huh?
Now that we know better, that not all monsters are monsters.
We'll see about that. Alright, current. So, Mom and Dad's giving you the old 1-2, back and forth, telling you that you've ran off and you've abandoned them in their time of need. You were their chosen warrior.
No, there's something's wrong here. There must be something wrong with the kobolds. Let's go talk to them. Have we talked to them?
Yes.
They seem so...
Yeah, we've talked to them. We've sent a war band to go wipe it out. We also found out about Ulrag and how old and decrepit he was. They won't be bothering us for much longer.
You can't...
In that stupid tavern up on the hill. It'll be wiped clean.
No, you can't just attack people like this. No. The tavern has done nothing wrong. Even if the kobolds attacked us first, the tavern itself has done nothing. Why would you attack it?
Our nation has found great riches recently. We've tamed some of the beasts. We could wage war against the humans and the elves again. This time we will take back what was taken from us. The hill dwarves will be out from underneath our feet this time.
No, something's wrong with you. This can't be you speaking. And I'm looking around and I try to detect good and evil to see like if there's something like taking control of them or like.
No, everything seems like exactly what it is.
Do they seem evil? Like in my.
No. They seem like a very concerned mother and father that's very upset with their daughter.
Yeah. Okay. Well, and we're waging war. So she's taken aback and she's like, "No, we need to stop this. You can't do this. You can't just attack the rest of the people. We're gonna come together and defeat the monsters. We all need the same thing."
With your human, are you gonna further?
With a human, we had a kobold. We have all the races. We've even got the elves on board.
And he says,
"We've been working hard
this
for this."
is horrible. He says, "It's bad enough you're a bastard child." He says, "Now are you gallivanting with this human as it is? Are you also taking him with you? Taking him?
No. What is wrong with you guys? This isn't right. What? You know the tenets of our God. We should not be doing this. What is? Have you turned
the
away
tenets
from
of our God? The tenets of our God? Oh, your mother would know great about those tenets, wouldn't she?"
Oh.
I look at him and then I look to my mother. I'm like, "Mom, you can't seriously be thinking about this."
She says to you, "You have a very grave choice to make. You must choose between defending us as your family, as your kin, or continuing on your stupid adventure, further disgracing me and your father."
No, this. You guys can just stop. We don't need to go to war.
No, it's already in motion. We've already killed the kobolds.
And she just looks shocked. And she's just saying, no, that can't. Even my father?
Yes.
And she doesn't look at the Dwarf King.
Morden
clearly
looks at you with fire
about.
in her eyes, and she says, "Yes."
No, this is wrong. I can't be a part of this. No.
So are you going to go back to being an adventurer and helping everyone then? Turn your back on the dwarves? Wage war against us?
There shouldn't be a war in the first place.
It's too late for that.
There was already enough death.
It's too late. Too much has happened.
It's never too late. And I look to Thorben and I'm like, "Can't you see this is wrong?" Like, apparently her parents are fucking delusional right now.
Thorben looks at you and he goes, "Oh, I've had so much to drink. It's been a great day, you know? Killing all those kobolds and that big ass dragon. He was easy. But like Arathios."
Takes a deep breath. And she's like, let me think. And she walks out for a minute, like, just trying.
Your dwarven guard is going to follow you.
Okay.
He goes, "Oh, don't be so huffy puffy. He wasn't that hard, and he didn't even put up a fight."
He wasn't even able to attack us.
Oh, I could tell. It was really easy.
She gives him a look, and then just starts meandering like in this general direction.
Okay. He goes, princess,
I'm trying to find the alcohol.
princess.
Alright? I need alcohol.
He says, "Oh, have a swig of this. It's a fine dwarven brandy." I've got dwarven brandy again, by the way. It's wonderful. Have a swig of this.
Oh, okay. And I like take a fake swig, and I'm like, "Wait, you I think you need some too, man. You look a little." And I try to get him to drink more.
He takes a big swig and he goes, "Oh, it's delicious. Oh, it's the best things ever." All right, back to Gideon. They pull out a long steel rod and they start shoving it into the fire. They're getting ready to basically scald you with it.
You promised the princess that you would not touch me.
Man,
Have you no honor?
he looks at you and he goes, I'm a jailer. And the king's appointed inquisitor. I'm going to inquisit. And you're going to tell me the truth as to why you still follow and why you're trying to bring about this false peace after the kobolds besieged us.
You attacked them first. We've done no wrong.
No.
We've
You
only
don't know
tried...
that. You don't know that. Different conversation, different place.
Okay.
Remember, you're in a different lucid state than she is, so the idea is for you to have your own dialogue and your own thing. Basically, this is completely separate. Like, she is completely in a different, like, almost world than you.
Okay.
In a way, you know what I mean? Mental state.
Yeah.
Dreaming two
Brain
different
space.
dreams. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Giving you the opportunity to really dive into your character and kind of flesh him out a bit, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
He starts warming up the poker, rolling it around, looking at you, and he goes,
Go ahead.
Go ahead and tell me your dark secrets. Tell me more, gladiator.
I'll pick up the bucket and like turn it so the mouth of it is kind of turned towards him, and take like a defensive stance with it, and say I used to only fight for myself and for my hero to be as good as he, but what did his actions amount to other than his own fame and glory? I want my deeds to be known across the land for the good that they brought. I want my name to be spoken in ages to come to keep the peace.
And what are you doing to get that way as he rolls it over one more time, looking at you? Kind of being, he's basically doing an insight check.
What am I doing now to... I'm fighting with those that are not of my own kind, that are not of my God, to show the world that it is possible that one's own actions do not have to be for himself, but for those around him.
He pulls out the poker and starts sliding it through the bars, chasing you around the room with it. He says, just be still, let me touch you a couple of times with it, just to ensure that you're listening.
I'll
as you
hop
dance
around.
Yeah, you hop around and you fight it a bit, but after a while, eventually it'll rake against the side of your leg a bit, scalding you, immediately blistering as it goes across.
You have no honor.
Never said I had honor to begin with, did I? It slides it back out, sticks it back in the fire. It goes, the smelling of a human roasting, delicious. Hate humans. The many things they did to my wives and children. You'll pay. Oh, I'll take my time with you. And so he's going to continue going back and forth between the things. You're going to be a little bit tortured, but not too awful much. One of the other dwarven guards is going to come back in, kind of catch him in the act of doing it, as they're interrogating him. Imagine your worst nightmares coming to fruition. Basically, you know what I mean? As your character's sitting there, you're being tortured, and then you go to sleep, you wake up, you slightly get tortured again, they put you in like a box, and then they leave you there overnight, and then they wake up.
So that's... you hit that one on the head.
Yeah. They take you out, they beat you, they put you back in the box, and they repeat this for a couple of days. And then after a while, you start to notice little things that are not quite right. And then all of a sudden it's like you go back into a dreamlike state, and then you're going to be back in the lab, okay?
Okay.
All right, Current, back to you.
All right, I'm looking for kegs of alcohol.
As you're looking around, you see some sitting outside of the house over to your west.
Okay, I'm going to grab them, drag them over here, and like try to block the door. So if they open the door, not only are like they can't get out, but they see kegs of alcohol, so they'll be distracted.
Thorben goes, why are we moving the kegs of beer? He helps you.
For obviously for mother and father. Look at.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want to see me right now, so we're just gonna put him in the door. All right.
Your father's a great man, great drinking friend of mine. Let me tell you, he's the best.
Right. Yes. Can you do me a favor, Thorben?
Oh, yep, my lady.
If I promise to stay with another dwarf or somewhere, could you just round up all the other dwarves for me? I need to address the populace, just to make sure. I need to understand, and if I don't talk to the people, how will I know?
He pats around on himself. He goes, "I got this horn. It does
Oh,
the same
yes.
thing."
Please, yes. Yes.
He hands you the horn. He goes, "Go for it, my lady. Give her the
Okay,
old toot toot."
So I'm gonna go up here, so that way, like, I'm standing a little bit higher, and then I blow the horn.
He walks over and he goes, "Make sure you do it just the right way. You gotta curl the lip, just like this."
Right, and I try to. I'm like, I'm a dragonborn. I don't know if it works.
So you hear, "Hwah." You make all the other deers go, "Hwah."
Oh, yeah.
And so everybody kind of starts congregating, coming out of houses. After about 3 to 4 minutes, you see the front door open to the inside, as all doors do, with 2 big kegs of beer in front of them, and they're like, "Okay." So they just shove them aside, and they walk outside. So,
Well, knowing my father, he would be distracted completely by alcohol.
oh
So
yeah,
that's why
yeah.
I did that.
He shoved it aside. I didn't say he left it.
Oh, okay.
Like, he's tapping it right now. So anyway, you have basically the remnants of the congregation of what you would see around you. You don't see any of the older men. You see mostly women and children. Maybe a couple of the, like, blacksmiths and some of the other forge masters and stuff like that. But you don't really see, like, the warriors that you would normally suspect.
Right. And I take a deep breath and I'm like, dwarves, fellow dwarves.
You're not one of us. You betrayed us.
I did not betray. My mother asked me to go do a quest, and I have just returned from it. I had no knowledge of what happened here. No one mentioned anything to me.
We were told.
But-
We were told of the kobolds.
Even so, our god, Morden, he would not approve of this. We all know that he wants to coexist with other races. We might be prideful people, but we are not conquerors. We do not other people.
That's
The
just
kobolds
it.
may have attacked us first, but we can retaliate, but we don't attack others first.
The old man with the goat horns foretold of this when he came by with his squeaky cart with the lame wheel.
Him?
Yes, that's him.
What does he have to do with this?
He foretold of the goblin or the kobolds' attack. He led our forces.
No, we attacked the kobolds first, on the words of a human.
He was no human. He was dwarven. We seen his beard. He was very bent over and hunched-like. He said, "Follow me, geese."
When I met Tim, he was human, which means you have all been tricked by a shapeshifter. This Tim has corrupted us. We need to come back to the light of Moradin. We cannot do what we are doing.
As you're talking, you start seeing the edges of the whole encampment slowly starting to fade as it slowly comes in. As you continue trying to rally them and everything, you see your family's disapproving faces and everything kind of slowly winking out. And then you feel a feathered hand placing a small washcloth across your forehead and running it across you to cool you down.
Get confused because I thought this was real. If it looks like they're not listening, though, I'm not gonna waste my breath forever.
So, as you kind of come to, you see yourself with Riku standing over the top of you. Like, with a bucket of water wringing out. Another
He just
washcloth
groans.
placing it on your head. And he goes, "You lived."
Yay!
He says,
Wait, was that a dream?
"It is the one thing that will cause you the most heartache as a Witcher. You also can tell that your feelings have dulled. Like the vibrance of your feelings has dulled. Part of being a Witcher. He says, unfortunately, that's the last bit of the most intense feelings you will ever feel. And he tells Gideon the same thing. As Gideon woke up first, he had been over with Gideon, walking back and forth. Gideon was actually cool, and so he had to warm him up by getting stones and warming them up, wrapping them in cloths and setting them around on him.
See. So she probably feels like shit right now then, yeah?
Yeah, I'd say she's like. It says, all right, I'm going to read you the thing. The Trial of the Peacock. I kind of created it. It was supposed to be Trial of something else. But anyway, it's a dream world where the subject is given psychedelic visions and torments them and also sterilizes them and gives them night vision. I'm going to say both of you, by the way, are sterile. By the way. Sorry, small side effect.
Oh,
Nice.
that's all right. No one wanted me anyway.
And also,
Oh.
during the Trial of the Swallows, you guys gained night vision. And I placed you in a state, in a place where you were pitted against your greatest foes. So for Gideon, it was being forgotten, it was being tortured, and it was being basically just becoming irrelevant. You know what I mean? He was just completely separated from any tangible feelings of usefulness as a paladin, as a gladiator. Completely helpless.
Wow. That's rough.
As current, nobody listening.
Yeah.
Everybody being torn from you, being separated from everybody, being forced for hard choices, and then blank stares, and basically everything going wrong.
Yep.
So, like I said, it was the most intense feelings your characters could have as characters. And
Great.
Riku comes over here and says, breakfast time! I have coffee. Coffee. Great news, guys. Y'all made it through the second part of the trial. I mean, that's great, isn't it?
You're way too
I'm
chipper
just-
right now.
I'm just kind of gonna stare at my body. Like, are there any scars or like any remnants of
No.
like being tortured or
Nope.
nothing? I'm
Mm-mm.
just gonna like look over, like as like a warrior, like just kind of like look over my whole body and just kind of be just generally just. Confused is not the right like depth of meaning of what he feels at the moment.
Okay. Enrique.
She's just lost right now. She's quiet.
Yeah, this is why, like I said, it'll take a day or two for you guys to get over this. So, Riku would bring you food, encourage you guys to continue practicing your arts. He says this room is warded by protective measures so that way you guys can't destroy. Like the targets on the wall can't be destroyed. They can be hit, they can be singed, but they reanimate. He says it's a place for you guys to enhance yourselves in practice and clear your minds. You can spar with each other. He says I have many healing potions here. I highly suggest you guys getting a little bit more attuned to your senses. We don't let witchers go out into the wilds without at least having some concepts of what, you know what I mean? If you're running around brand new eyes, brand new this, brand new that, brand new heightened senses, he says you're going to fall over onto your own face. You need to get back on the balls of your feet and start feeling right again.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. Is there like any sugar to like put in this coffee or anything?
Oh yeah. He's got like a little
Yeah.
thing of honey and some sugar and stuff like that, and he even mixes some what do you call it? Honey glazed ham this morning. This morning's breakfast was a little bit better than you guys have had in the past. Most of the time it was pretty plain during the test of the swallow or trials of the swallow because he didn't want. You know what I mean? He's not investing a whole lot of food into that. You know what I mean? But this morning you can tell that he took a good bit more time. Almost as good as when he was worried whether or not Gideon was going to survive through the trial of the swallow.
Yeah, well, he had some problems.
He did have a
Hey,
couple
hey.
of small problems. Hiccups we say.
Yeah, I only vomited twice.
And so he kind of like careens around and keeps going over the different forms of the sword, practicing back and forth, up and down through here as he dances back and forth through different sword forms as he's practicing. And he starts showing you guys different sword forms, starts talking about the differences in the different oils that you can apply to your blades, the different kinds of monsters that they fall into different animalia categories, oganoids, cryptoids, how vampires are. Like, you know, he kind of goes over different parts and pieces, starts pulling things off to things, starts lecturing you guys about it, telling you guys that they're sorceresses that are very, very unique. And he starts basically going back and forth between that and feeding you guys over the next 3 days. And it's just like as if he's trying to make up for the terrible tortures that you guys had to be subjected to, letting you guys clear your minds. But you guys also notice that the tinged effects of the swallow have been basically sweated away.
Mm.
You know, you don't feel that icky, nasty, soul like clinged on to feeling. Like, imagine having a really nasty cold, and then it's like one day you feel like 100% better after you took a shower.
But Squirrel doesn't feel 100% better.
No, he feels better, like as best as he can. Still racked with cough and still jacked up pretty bad.
Fine. He's fine.
Yeah, I'm good. Don't worry about me. I'm great.
And then on the third day, Riku comes in. He says, "All right, well, eat up well this morning. I have rations for the rest of the day. We're going out."
Going out. Great. Finally get to see the sun again.
Yeah, commune with
sure
my
do.
god.
He goes, "So for this trial," he says, "you will be traveling to the mountaintop of Kaer Morgan to retrieve a griffin egg."
Oh, gee.
Wait, aren't the mountains like across the whole?
Remember, this is an extra dimensional space. That other door over there,
Oh yeah.
it leads to the caveside manor of Kaer Morgan. Now, it will be in the Witcher's continent.
See. Oh, great. Okay, cool. Like she's like her eyes widen for a second, like, oh, like maybe we could use this later.
Do not know.
Oh.
He says there's a terrible evil that lives on the Witcher continent. It came from Vizima. The last Witchers did not take care of it.
Oh.
He says,
Well,
luckily you're going to be high enough in Kaer Morgan where it is protected against that.
I see. Well, what do we need to know then?
You will need to climb to the top of the mountain. Atop the mountain, there is a griffin's nest that he made in a temple. Your job is to retrieve the griffin's egg.
Sounds easy enough.
Now, for this, I am going to do one thing. He's going to tell you, by the way, both of you level. I'm going to give you your levels, but it's going to be Witcher levels.
Ooh.
Are you doing it or am I opening?
I'm doing
Witcher?
it.
Okay. So how exactly did her personality change? Just so I'm clear about it. Like, it had to have changed, right? If we don't have as much feelings.
What the hell? Why can't... Oh. There we go. There's a level for you.
Ooh.
And a level for you. Now, with this, if you look at your witch... You both have... You can see down in the bottom of the chat bar where it's scrolled. All the different things that you guys got. You got the feature Witcher Trials. You got the feature Science. And the
I
feature...
didn't get anything in the chat bar. I'm gonna let you know right now.
Oh. Okay, well, I'll put the Witcher class in the thing for you guys.
It's opening it. Secure. Science. Okay.
So there you go. I dropped it in the chat bar for anybody who doesn't know how to find it.
Oh, okay. So then if I do this...
Now, under your actions, they didn't create art or any of the other things, any of the other spells. We'll have to create those. I'll create them after this whole session's over. If you guys use them before then, I'll basically be able to run it for you. Okay?
There's a module that we need to load in order to do this, and I don't seem to have it. It says it's FG5E stuffs. I don't have that available. Like if I wanted to open ARD. Because it didn't appear in my spells and stuff.
Okay, let me find it. E. There you go. It's now loadable. Both of you need to load it.
Okay, thank you.
How do I do that?
Go to I think it's assets in the bottom right hand corner.
Okay.
Nope, not assets. Sorry, library, and it should pop up library. Then go to modules in the bottom left, and then you're gonna have to scroll over and you'll find it.
FG5E stuffs is what you'll need. So start with the Fs.
You might be able to type in FG in the thing in the search bar and find it real quick.
There's supplement, NPCs, core rules, accessory.
Of course, that just happened.
Extension. I'm not seeing.
Go live on Discord. I'll hook you
Okay.
up. I only got 2 people watching, so sorry, people watching.
Okay.
Okay, bottom left, the modules button.
Oh, modules. Gotcha.
And then just search by name.
Search by
FG. Search. There you go. Load that. That's a picture of me at a rock concert, actually. There you go.
Nice. And now we're good.
Yeah, now you're good. Now you have access to those things. I don't know if I even I think I have them wrote in as spells. Yeah, they're wrote in as spells, so you can literally drag and drop your spells like Ard in E.
Yeah, it destroyed my oath spells I had going. So I had to redo those too.
Witcher artifact, Witcher trials, but I'm not seeing.
It should be under signs. It shouldn't be called Witcher, just signs. Right there. Put it in chat for you. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yep, I see it.
Yeah, I put them all in there. I'm actually pretty good at making classes and stuff, so that way you can just drag and drop. So I dragged Ard over. So you need Yurden, Quinn, Igni, and Axie.
How do what's the code for dark vision? I'm adding the stuff that it doesn't add.
Oh, what you do is under senses, you just type in dark vision.
Okay, there's no anything besides just the word dark vision.
Let me look at somebody else's character. Biscuit would have it. Dark vision, and then you just write the number 60. Like that. I'll add it to Jiraiya too.
You also have to change his speed, so his speed should have a misc of 10. So he's at 40, I assume.
Yeah. E. Speed. I'll give you an extra 10. Miscellaneous. Okay. There's your bonuses. You guys are welcome.
Thanks.
And by the way, make sure you read through the witch class really well whenever we're online, so that way you can make sure you got everything you're supposed to get out of it. And you can also research any of the further things you're going to be getting later. like I said, level 2, you get access to swallows and stuff. I did code in all the materials that you guys will be needing to be able to create those. That's why I showed you all the stuff I've been coding in.
Do I get Quinn and Axie?
Yes, they're in there.
Okay.
I don't know how to. I'll have to code them in later, but I put them in your
Okay.
cantrips. Because that's basically what they are.
I see
They're-
Ard and I see him. Yep, gotcha.
Okay, so they're all in there. We might have to do some more fiddling with it later. Me and Finn probably work on it tomorrow, maybe, if she's not busy, and I'll start.
I'm never busy.
We'll work on it because, like I said, they're a bit finicky because they're like very unique special things. And if it was just paper, or if you guys are going to use it, you may have to track it individually in your own way. And I'll try to keep track of it too. But I'm gonna try to make it to where, on after 2 hits it expires. But I don't even know how to do that, so we're gonna figure it out later.
So do we get a feat because we're level 8, or do we have to wait for?
We're gonna wait
There-
till the end of this. We're gonna go over feats, and we'll go over whether or not you guys want to take a +2 to a stat or a feat.
Okay.
Okay, so that's another way of you guys for gaining back 2 of those, because I knew for a fact the Constitution saves started at 8, ended at 20 by 2s.
That was crazy. I can't believe I survived that. Like,
I didn't know if you guys would
I
too.
shouldn't have.
you shouldn't have. No, you
I
shouldn't.
know, but at the same time, I am trying to be less bloodthirsty. That's why I included each day needs a successful save out of 3 rolls or a -2 to Constitution score. So that way, if you guys had crap rolls, eventually out of 3 rolls, there was a chance you guys would make it. Okay?
Yeah, the 20 though is very hard to get in like 10 rolls sometimes.
But notice it doesn't say you have to pass it.
You just get a -2 permanently.
Hey, it's not me killing you.
That's
very
true.
You know,
I'm very grateful.
You see what I'm saying?
Hey, if you stand next to me when we fight at all times, I'll make sure you always have disadvantage, or they have disadvantage on attacking you. So it doesn't matter what your con is, you know? I'll take
Well,
I'll take the hits.
Now that we've been through this experience together, I think we're always gonna fight side by side. Just
Right.
saying.
Okay.
Just stay within 5.
Well, what I'm going to do now is make this map a little bit better looking for everybody who's watching on stream, because I can see it really well as on my computer screen, but I don't know how it looks on there. So, he says, on through the door.
Whoa.
This is. I look around for the door. Like, did we just come into midair? Like,
No, it's literally at the edge of the map down here. We're just going to say the door's down here, leading into a great castle.
oh,
Just to the south, the little walkway to the south. Basically, it's like a stairway that leads down to this little grassy area.
yeah, you have your own castle. That's kind of cool.
It's kind of slightly overrun.
Oh,
And
not as cool then.
yeah, the barriers are weak. I mean, we really don't want the thing down there to get to us. So we won't come here very often. We need to hurry this up.
What is the thing? Just so you're warned. Forewarned would be nice. Like, can I have a monster name that I can look up?
We've called
We're-
it a false hydra.
False Hydra. Okay. Write that down. I'll look that up later.
Okay.
No, you should. I think you should definitely look that up now.
No.
Oh wait, that's the thing that's in Vizima, not here, right? So
Yeah, that's the thing that's in Vizima. You need to be focused on what's going to happen here. He says,
Yeah.
so you're going to have to climb to the top of this mountain. He said, it's 50, 100, 150 feet to the top. Okay, so there's going to be 3 checks. So basically, you're going to make it halfway, or climbing up the first part, climbing up the second part, climbing up the third part. And you have to basically go, you're going to have to go this way, and you're going to have to go this way. Okay?
oh, we can't go together.
No, there's going to be no helping each other on this one. It's individual efforts only.
Oh, okay.
That's rough.
Sir, yes, sir.
And he says, remember when you get to the top, there is a feisty feisty friend up there. So you guys get to pick out how you go about getting the griffin's eggs. Each one of you needs to get one. Bring it back to me.
Okay, I would like to pray to my God to thank as thanks for surviving, and as asking for help in the challenge ahead, and all that jazz.
Okay, roll your percentage chance. You get an 8% chance you will get it. Do you want it to be the top 8 or bottom 8?
Bottom 8, knowing me. I was so close.
So you feel the warm, tingly sensations of your God you haven't felt in a while. It seems to be pleased, but slightly not pleased that you're no longer like taking levels of paladin. It doesn't feel like it's waning, but it definitely doesn't feel.
Oh, I'm only
insane.
taking one for now for Witcher.
I know.
Yeah.
He's fine.
Oh.
Are you doing something now, Gideon?
Oh yeah, I was, but I felt like I interrupted, so. I was
No,
just
go ahead.
like,
No, I was just saying my God's fine. He can deal with a level loss.
Just spit in his eye. It'll be okay.
You see, he loves me.
Yeah, I'm basically gonna like take my trident and like put it in the ground in front of me and kneel down and throw up a prayer for like strength, since I definitely do not feel strong in this moment.
Okay. Roll me a percentage chance and tell me if it's going to be high or low for what you want.
How do I do that, by the way?
So right click on the D10.
Okay.
And then it should bring up a radio menu. And then you're going to click the
Percentage?
Yep. And then you just drag and drop it in here.
Yeah,
I could have got it. I could have talked to God if I said bottom.
Wait, you said. I'm so bad at this. Right click, percentage, and boom. Well,
Either way, it wouldn't have mattered. You didn't
So
say
I
high or
looked-
low.
I looked at Kree, and I'm like, so we can't help each other at all?
When you get to the top, that's on you guys. But getting up there is on your own.
Okay, can we use any of our own skills to go up there, or are we supposed to only use, like, Witcher things?
This is at your disposal. You just don't fall down and die.
Okay.
Okay.
Then I look at Gideon and hope he has this spell, and I cast Enhance Ability on myself.
Okay.
Oh, shoot.
So, and I'm gonna
say-
do bull strength. I have advantage on strength checks.
Okay.
So we're climbing. I assume it's a strength.
It's acrobatics. Athletics.
Oh, we want acrobatics?
Athletics, actually. Sorry.
So does that count underneath it? Like, is it
So
an
you roll
advantage on strength check?
advantage, and then your athletics check.
Yeah, we can do that.
It'll be for the first 50 feet.
Yeah, I do not have that. I have bless.
Well,
Yeah, that sucks.
Okay, so
good luck. I'll go first. Go to the first turn, like that.
yeah,
Okay. What am I rolling? So advantage,
advantage athletics.
athletics. Okay. Jumped to 1. Yes.
Okay, so as you're climbing up, one of the twigs snaps. You catch yourself. Some of the rocks shift. You catch yourself. There's a couple loose stones. You catch yourself, and you barely scramble to the top of the ledge.
It was easy.
Panting and heaving, you make it to the top. All right. This time, roll in the dice tower, please, when you do roll.
Okay.
And from
So we
this
don't
point forward,
fall
both
to
of
it.
you. Yeah, so that way I'm not like looking at a plus 11 with an advantage. So that way I can actually role play something here.
Okay.
That way it's not like, and I walk to the top as if it was flat ground.
No.
I mean, that's what I'm doing. I'm just really good at athletics.
I know. So
I figured Gideon was going next, unless
Yeah.
we were doing all me
no,
first.
Gideon's go next.
Okay, so like right up in there.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we're just gonna go for it.
Okay. As you're climbing up, again, you go through the bushes. Limbs are snapping. The ground itself is uneven. The rocks shearing off underneath your hands. You're climbing and climbing. It's really difficult for you. You stumble. You slide down a good bit, but after a while, you finally make it up there. You're heaving and wheezing and coughing.
Coughing.
Yeah, you're literally, your lungs are on fire. You can tell that the trials themselves have been wearing on you immensely. You see Current standing there triumphantly. She strikes a pose. She puts her hands on her hips, and her red cape flutters behind her. There's no wind, but it flutters behind her in a
And
heroic pose.
I make sure to call out, all these challenges are nothing but tests. They serve to challenge our resolve. We must do this.
Okay, so the next little landing area, go ahead and climb up to
Sound
that.
heroic.
Okay. As you go to climb up to the next one, you make it about halfway up. A rock becomes completely dislodged as you're going up, and you fall back down. And you take...
Oh. I'm sure
8
that wasn't
points.
because I rolled the dice tower.
Yeah,
8 points.
8 points of damage.
That hurts.
Your cape stops fluttering in the wind. Gideon, your turn.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go for it.
You can do it!
Believe it or not, you didn't roll but like one over the DC, but I'm also
Really?
going to have to adjust it for you, so
Yeah,
that way it's kind of
that's
even.
fine. Yeah.
So Gideon finds handholds almost and is able to pull himself up relatively easy up the side of the mountain this time. Not really having too much of a difficulty. It seems as if this side of the mountain was actually a little bit more worn from other handholds and stuff like that, and the rocks seem to be a little bit more sturdy as to the side you went on, where it was almost like sandstone, like in the bedrock type. So go ahead and Current, give me another. There you go. Well, shit.
Climb, my pretty climb.
This time, as you're going up through there, it seems as if like you've seen where the other places were, and you were able to navigate around them relatively easy.
Nailed it.
Okay.
Snailed it.
Last one getting to the top here. Who wants to go first?
Me.
I motioned to Gideon.
Yes. Boom. And let's go for it. Got this.
Okay.
I believe.
As you're climbing up through there, this ice and the snow is quite thick.
Oh no.
Your hands start to slide and slip as you're going up, and you start sliding down. The rocky edges start catching on your under armor and start ripping it away as it starts gouging into your sides and your stomach.
Oof.
You'll be fine.
And you take 14 points of damage.
Yikes.
You're fine.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, good.
Okay, your turn, Finn. Ew. Almost in similar fashion, you start scrambling up the side. As you're going up the side, the ice starts getting into your claws, and as you're doing it, you start sliding back down, and the ice itself starts... You're getting colder and more lethargic with your draconic... I know you're warm-blooded, but at the same time, you can still feel it aching in your bones, where, like, the Witcher's decoctions that they had been feeding you, they're starting to react a little bit violently with this, and it starts making you feel like queasy, and you start feeling sick, and your eyes start rolling back in your head, and you start rolling over to the side, and you roll down the side of the mountain, hitting the bottom with a big thud.
All the way down?
Ooh.
No, just
Oh,
to
okay.
there.
Oh, okay. I was like, yep.
And you take 11 points of damage. Okay, Gideon.
One more time.
Okay.
We got this. I believe.
Okay. With that, you see that the area that you had been climbing on seemed to have, like, warmed up enough to where you can see the ground underneath. Like, you know what I mean? The snow had been pushed away from you sliding and flailing against it, and you're able to climb to the top.
Yes. I'll like raise my trident above my head and call the current and like inspire her to do it. We got this.
While you're on top,
Yeah, I feel.
you also hear bristling in the nest not too far from you.
Yeah, let's shout.
Oof. Yep. That's what I did.
Okay, you go to climb up, hearing his shout, a bit angrier than you would normally think. And as you're climbing up, your anger kind of catches you, and you start sliding back down.
Damn it.
And you take 11 points of damage. Rolling good on damage tonight.
Yeah.
Saved all my good rolls for this.
Okay, I'm gonna try again.
Okay. Ooh.
Really? I have advantage, and I can't make up this little hill.
You still only rolled. Last time you rolled a total of 10. This time you rolled a total of 5.
Yeah, that's I would like to, as I'm climbing up, if I feel like I'm failing, channel my divinity to give myself more advantage on specifically athletics checks. I don't know if that will help me. Make me roll again.
You feel the blessings of your god as you're climbing up, and your claws get a little bit sharper, and you're digging in, and you're heaving and breathing heavy, and you just feel like the world's on your shoulders, and you're slowly making inch by inch, and you finally climb up on top, and you roll over, panting, looking at the sun.
Fuck this. I hate this. All right. Well, I'm gonna lay there for a minute and heal myself, if possible.
Okay. I'll say that you guys haven't spooked the griffin. It knows something's in the area.
Lay on hands for 30, so I have 5 left for the day. That way it only costs 1 turn.
So as you guys get to the top, you see a large circular nest. We're going to call it a nest. I know it's a big white thing, but it's a big nest with feathers and stuff sticking out of it. And you can hear creaking and kind of like scratching around on the center of the inside. The wall itself surrounding it is not actually the steps. It's actually going to be, it's going up, not down. So it's going to be like a 10-foot wall going around it of like thatched pieces of broken branches and those other kind of things.
Okay. Let's see. Why do I not? I thought I had that. Well, that sucks. I was pretty sure I had lay on hands as well.
You should. See why you wouldn't. You're a paladin.
Yeah.
You might need to look at your shit.
I might. That's.
I mean, you might not have enhanced ability, but you should have lay on hand.
I do, yes.
Let me look at your stuff.
You can heal 35 a day.
Yeah, I was just not looking in the right place. I'll put it that way. So how do I use that? Question mark.
If you drag it into your actions tab, it should make it for you. You might need to look in spells and find it that way instead. If you click spells to open it.
I'm finding it for him.
Lay on hands. I mean, I could just do this. You could be able to just copy that and pull it to yours.
Yeah, you got it.
I figured it out.
Okay.
And then how do I heal? Question mark.
So you just control click yourself, so you're targeting yourself, and then click the heal button. Or if you know how much you're gonna heal, you just have to remember how much points you have left. Because
Oh,
it's
okay.
per day or per long rest, I suppose.
Wait, so I have to click on it. I have to click on.
Whoever you're healing, you have to target that person, so yourself,
Mhm.
and then you
Okay.
click the heal button. If you open the magnifying glass, there should be like a little heal button.
Yeah. Okay, so I clicked myself first.
You control click him, so make sure you're targeting. So combat tracker, yep. Control click yourself again.
Oop.
Because you're not targeting right now. There you go.
Yep.
And then just click heal.
Yep.
Then click heal. Yep.
Boop.
Hey, cool.
Now you just need to remember how much you had left.
So
35
21.
minus 14. Yep, 21 extra.
Yep.
So keep track
quick
of that.
math.
Quick, keep that on the down low. Okay, so you guys are standing here at the edge of the nest. What are you going to do?
I am gonna cast Quen on myself.
Okay, seeing how you're still learning, we're still in the whole like Witcher Trials thing. Roll me a d20, DC 10.
In the tower?
Sure. You see a golden sheen run across your body. You hear whoosh.
Nice.
Whoosh.
Okay, I cast Find Steed, and to call my steed up to the top of the mountain, and then, like, I can telepathically talk to it, so I make sure it stays quiet and it's not like screaming or something.
Where is Call Steed?
Or Find Steed.
Find Steed?
Yeah, it's summon a spirit that assumes the form of an usually intelligent, strong, and loyal steed, creating a long-lasting bond with it.
Verbal and semantic. So it means you got to do gestures and you have to say something. So I'm going to roll
I'm going to be whispering. Shh.
Okay. Well, a spiritual-looking horse trots up.
Hey, this is my normal horse. It's just supposed to look like a normal, whatever you want it to be.
Okay.
I didn't make it like a dragon or anything. I figured you'd add it if I had a dragon mount. So.
Yeah. So it would be a nice-looking dwarvish horse.
Yeah.
Spiritual looking. It's all ethereal.
Ah, sweet. So I look at Gideon and I'm like, if I send my horse that direction and we go this direction, we might be able to distract it in order to get the eggs.
Okay, I'll be sneaky.
Okay, so both of us are gonna roll stealth checks, I assume.
Yep.
Oh, for some reason I had advantage on that. Or disadvantage, yep. That's what it was. That's alright.
So we know how to fix that now.
That's alright. I mean, I have a plate armor, so I'd assume I'd have disadvantage, right?
Let's look and see what your ability scores down here at the bottom of your abilities. Armor, all armor, and shield. So no, you need to re-roll that.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm not sneaking anywhere, I don't think. But you
Okay.
are.
Yeah, so I
you feel sneaky. Okay.
Okay.
Gideon, you do not feel sneaky. And I gotta
Okay,
roll
I
his
point you in
perception.
the same direction of the horse, and I'm like, the horse is gonna sprint that way. You kind of sneak behind it. Whoever has the time get to there will go.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So.
Give you the thumbs up.
I will drag and drop
Triangle.
you a horse onto the map. And here is your horse for you to control, Finn. Can you control
Okay.
it? Can you move it?
I can, I think, yeah. There we go. I'll put it back.
Meow, meow.
About fast. How fast can a horse run?
You
Like how
would-
far?
You would ask these random questions, wouldn't you? Speed, 40
That's
feet.
not red.
40 feet.
40 feet. Okay. All right. So, are we ready, Gideon?
I'm ready. Thumbs
Okay.
up.
I cast Expeditious Retreat on myself. Boop. To me. Send the horse this way, 40 feet.
Okay.
Neighing loudly. Very loud neighing. While I stealthily, when I cast a spell as a bonus action on each your turn until the spell ends, which takes to 10 minutes or concentration, I can take the dash action. So an extra dash. So I go 30, and then wait for him, like hold my action, the rest of my move to see if he follows the horse before climbing the wall.
Okay.
Okay. I have a movement speed of
40.
Actually, I'm gonna go 60 because I can dash. Sorry.
Technically, you could go 80 now.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my last dash to go over the wall.
That's
Oh, I can go 80. You're right. Hold on.
That's
Yeah.
a climb action, by the way.
Oh, it's not. Okay, then I'll use the last 20 as climb and then dash.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on. So the plan was for me to follow the horse, correct?
To kind of be in the same area as the horse, but like if the horse didn't get its attention, it's
Mm-hmm.
your turn.
Okay, so I can move 80. So 40, and then
Yeah. Just pass it.
yep, and then climb up.
Yep.
Yeah, the horse is just kind of trotting around here like in a circle now, yelling for the rest of its run.
Okay. Everybody roll your initiatives. No, we're out of
Nice.
initiative order.
I forgot how to do that.
The
There we
top
go.
front page.
Yep.
Okay. Daft Horse is running around screaming. Gideon, make your first climb attempt. It's going to be an athletics check.
Fantastic.
It's only a DC 10. You should be able to climb over it or make your way through the edge of the thatching.
Tower? No tower?
No tower. We're going to have fun with this.
Gotcha.
So you're able to climb
God.
over it.
Sneakily? Stealthily?
Reroll stealth.
Let's see if it's stealth.
If you're climbing over something, you're not going to be stealthy. Ish.
I am not.
Okay, you're not stealthy at all, but it's also got a horse it's got to contend with. Now we're moving on to the Griffin's turn. It immediately takes flight, and it has an 80-foot fly speed, and it immediately sees the horse, so it's going to go and attack the horse with its claws.
Oof. Poor horse.
And it kills the horse immediately.
It just dies. Yep. It just disappears. Poof.
Poof. And it flies on out, and it gets ready for its return flight.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna climb.
You successfully climb over.
Okay. So
I'll put
how
you...
much movement does that
right.
take?
It takes 10 movement.
So then I go here to pick up. So that's 45 total.
Mm-hmm.
Pick up the egg. Does that take anything to pick up the egg?
Yeah, it's a full round action. It's a rather medium-sized egg.
Okay. And then I use my bonus action to run 40 feet.
Back.
Yeah, done. I wasn't being able to count. 40 feet and kind of hide by the wall.
Okay. You make it back to the wall. Okay. Gideon?
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing. Gonna go there and
Come back.
But he
pilfer an egg and
If it takes a whole round action, doesn't your dash take a would be the action? I don't know if you can run back without expeditious retreat like I had.
Yeah,
That's
so,
true.
So that means
Yep.
you'd make it there, pick up the egg.
and then like hide.
You can roll. You can roll a hide. Roll a stealth check.
Oh, I said I was hiding behind the wall. Should I roll that again then?
You should roll it too, because I gotta make sure I roll against you guys.
Ain't nothing seeing me.
You're in the egg.
I am an egg.
Seeing how you guys rolling, I'm gonna roll in front of everybody too.
Oh, he sees all of us.
So,
Eagle Eyes, the griffin.
0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. No, actually, it'd probably go this way. Let me see how far this is. I'm gonna say it can hit you. So it flies over. And it's going
course it does.
to
Get him!
use its attacks.
I heard an S on that.
Yeah, you definitely did.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Oh.
Don't you
Oh, no.
worry. I'll only be dead. Yes.
And its claw attack.
Very mad.
Yeah. Almost a crit there, by the way.
Yeah, I see that. Whew. Scary shit right there.
And then it's going to use Stunning Screech.
Oh,
Both
wait,
of you
what?
failed. Both of you are stunned for 1 round.
Oh, no.
Now, the stunned condition itself. Stunned. Well, that didn't help. I double stunned you.
You are very stunned.
You're so stunned. You're stunned by being stunned. You guys remember what the stun condition does?
No.
Nope.
Let me.
Can't move, right? Maybe?
Conditions: frightened, stunned, grapple, petrified, poison, prone, restrained, stunned. Stunned creatures incapacitated. See the conditions. Cannot move, speak, only falteringly. Creature automatically fails. Strength and dexterity saving throws, attack rolls against creatures have advantage. So basically, you guys are going to be stuck there for the next turn, not being able to do anything. So Gideon
Rough.
is going to fly over to you.
Oh, no!
And it's going to take. By the way, because it hit you, current, I need you to give me a. What would be holding an egg? Check.
I don't know. Strength to keep it from breaking, dexterity to keep from dropping.
Yeah, give me both.
Like a grapple?
Give me both. Give me a. I'm gonna put them on a DC 10. There you go.
Nice.
You're able to keep the egg. You didn't drop it. So now I'm gonna make the attacks on him. It'll be claw. I'm not using the beak because I don't figure you can fly and use beak. It doesn't make sense. But using 2 claws and 2 talons does make sense.
What about my, deal?
What deal?
I used Quen.
Oh. Then I won't hit you the second set. Actually, you know what? I'll go back and knock off 10. 45 to 35. 35.
Well, I'm dead.
Yeah, you're real dead. So he does that on his action. Oh, cool. He recharged stunning. And then Current's turn.
I'm gonna climb over the wall.
Okay, roll your athletics check at disadvantage for having an egg.
Okay.
Okay, you make it over the wall.
Okay. So that's 10, you said?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna run over here back down the hill here for a minute. I need to set the egg down before coming back.
You make it all the way over here to a nice little clearing where he can't see you.
Okay. I set the egg down,
Okay.
and then heal myself with Cure Wounds level 2,
Okay.
so I can come back and help.
All right. Go ahead and roll
Gideon.
that.
Yeah. 1 second.
Not a bad roll.
Yeah, not terrible.
Could have been better. You got one of the d8s basically.
Yeah. Got half.
All
Alright.
Back to Gideon. Gideon, you've been slapped pretty damn hard by this thing. You got unstunned. You're no longer unconscious. Let me make sure I take the unconscious off of you. I appreciate that. Your Quinn did save you from dying.
That's awesome.
Because basically the 2 hits I hit right off the bat, the first one that hit would have been kind of like stunned it for just a second. I'm giving you that. And then the next one he hits you, so it takes you from your like 25 points to 35 points.
Okay. So yeah, I'm just straight up gonna flee.
Okay. Run. If you don't use certain things, if you just run, you're going to provoke attacks of opportunity for leaving his area of threat.
Disengage.
Okay. Disengage.
You hear from the wind, disengage.
Where is that at?
It's not a thing, you just have to say you're disengaging.
Actually, it is a thing.
Okay.
I do have it coded in as a...
Oh, you do?
Oh, God, what's it under? It's a thing. Maybe it's a spell. Let me type in disengage. Disguise self, disintegrate, dispel magic, disintegrate, G-U-A-G-E, gauge, comprehend languages. It's an action. I have the action somewhere. Maybe my pre-generated. Added that character. See if he has it built in.
Well, disengage should be D-I-S-E.
I know that I have a thing that has all these actions that I can just drag and drop over onto you guys. I just gotta find it. I've been meaning to do this. I forgot. Dang, all the characters I've killed. We're gonna add that one. Add that one. So characters, let's see if I can find them in here now. No. I want to say I have them. So anyway, they're somewhere in here. I don't remember what I put them under, but there is a thing where I have them. Skills. Okay, I click library, come on. Let me look at the player's handbook. It's in one of these damn things. Nah, ain't gonna work. Come on. Get rid of that. What would it be under?
Can't we just say he does it?
Yeah.
It's on myself. Boop, boop.
Yeah, so he uses disengage, and then you can run away. And then make your comm check.
Is he running that way instead of towards me?
Okay.
Yeah, that might be better. No, I was just curious.
He can run this way.
Which
Same
way is it?
distance.
And then you said which check?
Climb. It'd be athletics.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. And is that... Gotcha.
You have an egg in your hand.
Yeah, he's
Yes,
roll
I do.
those too. I'll be right back. You guys can go ahead and roll them.
How do I do that with disadvantage?
So at the bottom, there's a this button, bottom left.
Mm-hmm.
You click it, so it's
Good.
highlighted, so it's red, and then roll.
Okay. Okay, my
Just
athletics.
roll it in the Tice Tower, in case.
Okay.
You know, just in case.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna regret this in the morning because I have to wake up. I have to wake up at 5.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Hey, you're surviving your test. Ish.
Ish.
You'll make it. I'm gonna
Okay.
hopefully run over
So-
there and help.
You successfully climb over the wall. No, roll
Awesome.
your strength check and your dexterity check. DC 10 both.
So strengths.
Boom.
Hey, that's good. And dex, come on. Yes.
Nice.
You make it over with it. Griffin is furious now. Makes a flying attack.
Oh no.
And it comes at you with claws.
Oh no.
Attacking me.
Current.
Okay. I would like to try to intimidate it by pulling on my half dragon side, belling out a giant dragon roar as I breathe fire at it, like right in his face.
Okay, so go ahead and roll your Dragon's Breath, which should have a save DC against it.
No, it doesn't. It's missing. This is weird. It says it has it, but if you look at the thing, it's empty. Like if you click open the magnifying glass, it exists. But if on the outside of it, it doesn't.
Oh, that's normal. Where is your Dragon's Breath?
Right here.
I see it. Oh, you,
Like, I'm-
is it filled in? Is what it is. All right, so let's look
It-
at race.
It is for me. It says base 8+ ability and con and proficiency plus. Like type is the only thing that's not there. Is it an attack?
No, I just clicked it so that way it would be on there.
See what I mean, though, right? It's like not there, but it's just a.
Why?
Oh,
Yeah, so you got to figure out what kind of save is it for him.
a con. It's a con save, I think. Back up. Constitution modifier. DC for the saving throw is 8 plus your Constitution modifier plus your
There you
proficiency
go.
bonus. Okay. Boop.
So it failed.
So he
Now
failed.
roll your intimidation. And I guess I'll roll his
3. Mm-hmm.
What would be their
6.
counter intimidation? Let me look up that skill.
Well, I got a 6, so you know.
When you attempt influence someone through threats of violence, DM may ask you to make a charisma intimidation check. Okay, I guess it'd be a counter intimidation check. So it's a charisma check.
Maybe, yeah.
Or charisma save.
Barely.
So I'm gonna say that because it was so close, and go ahead and roll your Dragon's Breath attack.
Pew pew.
It singes it, and it kind of gets disoriented for like a round. So
Okay.
go ahead and Gideon, what are you gonna do? Remember, you still have the eggs in your hand. Setting it down as a full round or is an action.
Okay. Setting it down is an action. Okay.
And you hold it in one hand.
Yeah, that's a question.
Not if you're using a two-handed trident.
That's true.
You could tuck it under one arm and still cast a spell. You have the whole list of spells.
You can do art.
You could use Quinn. You could use Axie, Yurden. You could slow it down. You could cast protection on yourself. You could use the psychic attack against it.
Just.
If it's not coded in, I can quickly code it in for a thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cast Axie on it.
Okay.
Which.
You,
Alright, how do I do that?
so you drag the little dice that says save next to it over onto the griffin, or you can just target it and then click the button. So if you control click the griffin, and then you can just click the button. You targeted. Yeah, you have it targeted, right?
Yeah.
No, he don't. No, he I guess he drug it to the actual creature. Because it does say, and he did succeed.
What does that mean?
That means you didn't do anything to him.
It's a bonus action. It's a bonus action. You can target with your mind against your save DC. Upon a failed save, target is stunned till the end of their next turn, dealing 1d6 psychic damage. If the target succeeds, they are unaffected by the sign and gain advantage against the sign for 1d4 rounds. So it gains 4. 1 round, so you could try it again, not next round, but the round after if you're alive.
And did you say that was only a bonus action?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Griffin,
Okay,
like I said, is stunned for this round. And current.
Oh, so he's stunned. Still? Right now?
Well, no. You stunned him on your turn through his turn.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now he's unstunned, but he's just... how you say, he landed. Now he's staring at you.
Okay.
Getting ready to attack.
How angry does it look?
You didn't take your what?
Movement.
Okay, you can take your movement. If you don't take the disengage action...
He's stunned. He can move.
Yeah, currently he would be still technically stunned, so you could move, yes.
Okay. Yeah. What would my character do in this moment? Stay with my partner. Yeah, so I'm not gonna move.
Get in 5 feet of me.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. We'll stand
Please and
side by
thank you.
side. Yep. We'll do that.
then current.
My
Adds
turn.
Aura of protection to Gideon.
Yeah, once he's within a certain distance from me, that happens. And if he's staying there, I'm just gonna add it to him so I don't have to tell you. It's 3+ on whatever save he does.
Okay.
If he gets away, I'll remove it.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry. Let's see what I'm doing. I would like to try to intimidate him again. Like, since I shook him a little bit the first time, I'm gonna try again. But this time using Igni, instead of my breath weapon, because I don't have that anymore.
Okay.
Bonus action, send a burst of flames, 10-foot cone. Dexterity saving throw. Okay, that's not coded in.
What isn't?
The dexterity saving throw, 1 second. Action.
Oh.
Then it's, type dexterity.
Finn's vastly becoming as good enough as to be on a GM if she isn't careful.
It doesn't say what kind of. It just says a dexterity saving throw. It doesn't say what the pass is.
Classes, Witcher. Under the Witcher, the main page down here under signs, it says DC plus proficiency bonus plus wisdom modifier
The Igni?
for all of them.
Okay, for wisdom. Okay, there we go. Alright, so cast that. Success, so half on save. And I try to intimidate him again.
Okay.
Really loud dragon yelling
Okay.
in its face.
Save. Okay. Seeing how he's been living up here for quite a while and had many witchers come up here to do the same things, having you almost shake him last time and shaking him this time, he decides he's had enough and he goes back to his roost, knowing for a fact he still has a clutch of 2 more eggs, knowing that these 2 are kind of like his penance for living up here, and leaves you guys be to return.
Okay, well I picked my egg back up.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Now you guys just got to make it back down the icy slope.
With an
Fine.
egg.
No problem there.
It'll be good.
I'm joking. I'm joking. This time you guys can take the stairs down.
Great.
Remember, I said you guys had to climb up, but I didn't say I didn't say anything about the stairs.
Right. We are climbing the stairs down.
Yeah, you guys take the stairs down. At the bottom, you see Roux, or Kree Roux. Oh, nice. That'll make for some great breakfasts. I really appreciate this.
This was for breakfast?
Oh, I'm gonna be so mad.
This poor Griffin.
Well, you think I'm joking?
Oh.
Of course I'm joking. These are valuable alchemical components.
Can I attempt to hatch mine?
Yeah, I want a pet.
Kree Roux would be like, no.
Should have stole more. Damn it.
Yeah, you guys are welcome to go back and try.
Yeah, no.
Next time I will not hold back, and the Griffin, who still had all of his HP almost, would probably continue to slaughter everyone.
Oh yes, he would. I could have
Yep.
died already.
Both of you could have died.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, if I ran back without helping Gideon, I would have been fine.
Yeah.
Maybe. So, by the way, his stun was recharged, and I could have basically took his legendary action and started just carving into.
Oh, he's even got a legendary action. Of course he does.
Yeah, of course
Yep.
he does.
He really toned it down for this one. I
Well,
gotta
you guys
say,
are like level 1 witchers. You're still learning about all the different parts and pieces and mechanics of witchering. You guys didn't
No wonder all
research.
the witches die.
You could have researched griffins if you'd have came up like if he'd have said you got to climb up. I even said you guys are going to climb up and basically go get a witcher or go against a griffin. You guys could have researched the griffin using the books and tomes in front of you and prepared for the
I
fight.
deliberately didn't. That way, it teaches my character now that she's like, I forgot to do this. Now I'll remember next time.
Yeah,
'Cause she's
Kree would
almost
be
dead.
like, it's an essential part, and he says most that don't die during the trial of swallows die either during the trial of peacock or the trial of the eagle. The trial of the
Oh, no
eagle
wonder.
is most deadly of all of them, but most people are younger children, so their abilities to hide and be deceptive are much higher.
But my children did this? It's ridiculous.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, I'm just like, I'm not as good as a child, and I'm just like slumped.
nope. I wasn't raised this way.
So he tells you, "Come on, let's go back to the lab before any of the shields fell and we forget what we're doing here."
Yep, I'm ready to go. No Griffin more for onward.
Yep.
So you guys make it back to the lab. Do you want me to bring up? I can bring up the lab. Let's bring up the lab.
I already have it. I don't close things.
Me either.
I close everything for some reason because I'm that kind of person. Where is Kree? Where'd you go, Kree?
He ran away.
Story. Foxhound. Kree. I need to lock that. Boop, boop, boop. In case anybody else decides to do it. I have it made for them too. And on the table where he's been serving you guys food, he has the plethora of different medallions. And he says, this is the last part. You get to pick out the medallion of your choice. It will be the Witcher school of your choosing. You're not allowed to choose another one after this. This is it.
So we have to. Okay. Do we have books to research these?
Yes. On the far wall, there is books of research that are associated with these. Also known as go to the classes, pick out
Yeah.
Witcher, and then scroll down to the bottom, and you'll see right above multi-classing, which I completely didn't pay attention to see if you guys could even multi-class into it. Let's see here. You guys have to have a dex of 13 and a wisdom of 13. So guess
Nope.
what? You got a bonus
Yes!
to your wisdom because you're smarter now. And Gideon, you are actually
Safe.
still you're fine. So during the Witcher trials of Trial of the Swallow, you felt immensely more wise about things.
Yes.
And
I
you'll-
lost 2 points, but I gained 3.
Yeah. So, and you gained a level. Again, it's kind of a special one-off story arc for you guys to be able to do this. Like I said, whenever you guys pick out your medallion, you'll basically put it into your. It's a magic medallion. It hums whenever there's monsters within 30 feet of you. It doesn't do much more than that. But it also gives you the ability to not ever be surprised by monsters. So, and each one does shoot you down that line. So when you get to level whatever 3, I think, your Witcher school is going to be that. So the medallion's basically a medallion. It's a symbol of that school. Cool.
Sweet.
Got it.
Neither one
I
of you
might
died,
actually go Witcher reading this.
right? I mean, I took some time with this. I had to take. You have to understand how many different Witcher classes you can find online because CD Projekt Red, who owns The Witcher, I reached out to them during one of my final projects for computer coding. Told them what I was doing with this. Told them it was for home use only, and that I'm not distributing it. And then I'm building all these Witcher monsters. I built a class. I built everything for a 5e setting. I would like to publish it because it is great. It is fully immersive. It has every part and piece of a Witcher setting. But they were like, we're not interested. And I'm like, cool. Well, I'm still going to use it. I can use it. I just can't distribute it.
I'm gonna take, I think, the bear. What do you think, Gideon?
I'm thinking actually School of the Cat because it focuses on precision and speed. Um, and I think that really goes with my character because he's trying to bring everything together. So Monster Hunter weapons with Witcher abilities and timing and precision are kind of the go-to for the weapon I chose. So I think
Oh,
meshing the two would be the best bet.
Rogue and School of the Vipers. Oh my God, I'm excited for that. Like
Right?
if you do two weapon fighting, which I normally do for my rogue, except for Crag, that would be amazing.
Like I said, there's a lot of dynamics to this, and even if you take it at level 1, by level 5, 6, 7, 8, when I throw in these things with legendary things and everything else at you, you're very comparable. And you can see even with the bombs and the other ointments and the oils that add to it, plus your empowered ards and ignis and everything, you're a really diverse, strong character.
Yeah. I think with this plus Monster Hunter weapons and our base classes, that's a lot of research and a lot of work to make it happen, but it's
Yeah,
nuts.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna do bear.
Okay. So
Bear.
you take the amulet of the bear. It's got two, I don't know, blue eyes, and then, like I said, it's a little amulet that goes on a necklace. And you take the viper, which is like a steel-looking snake with two green eyes.
I would like to hand this guy the Witcher gear from Benjamin.
Okay. And he would take it and look at it, and he would go set it over on the shelves, and he'd be like, maybe someone else might be able to use this soon.
Do you have like Witcher crafting alchemist kits?
After you gain some experience, yes. Level 2.
Yeah. I was just making sure when I come back here, I can get them from you.
Yes.
Sweet.
All right. Well, I hope you guys had fun. Like for
Absolutely.
yeah, like I said, I put a lot of time and effort into this, and you can see that I've coded in everything else past this too, all the way to level 20 for Witcher. I also coded in all the materials you guys would need. As for your blade oils and ointments and bomb materials, I got most of those coded in. The oils and ointments and stuff, and the mutagens and certain other things, I don't have coded in, mainly because of the fact that I don't know what to put in there yet. If any of you guys find a list or find anything, or you see anything that's going to definitely be needed, if you guys keep going down the route, you guys have one level. I'm not going to go too far into this yet.
Okay.
Let me know, so that way I can get ahead of that.
I'm planning to get to at least level 7, I think, in Bear.
Oh God.
I might look at the oils. Like that's like if we keep going with this character, I would go with 7 for Witcher and then continue with Paladin, I think.
Well, that's going to be rather difficult.
Yeah.
I did seed in the fact that there is a evil Tim running amok.
Yes,
That's
I did notice that.
Okay, and Gideon, you've ran into Tim before. You would think that the guy who was torturing you looked oddly like Tim too.
Just a dream.
Yeah, I mean, he only stuffed me in a box and beat me repeatedly, so I think I'd remember his face.
Yeah.
It's a dream. You're fine.
Yeah, I don't have like horrible mental scarring of like the scars I should have from him, so it's good.
So
It's great. I'll recover.
Yeah, eventually. So you guys now need greater restoration spells cast on you. I have to find out the cost of that. If I remember, there is charts for that for spell casting at higher levels and the costs associated with it. I'll find the costs before we play on Saturday. Friday we will be playing again. You guys are more than welcome because remember,
Yay.
a week in here is like a day out there. You guys were here for literally like close to 2 weeks, so that was 2 days. The rest of the guys are still waiting on their gear to be reforged because remember I gave you guys enough materials to take everything to uncommon level.
Mm.
Yep.
For Whipper,
Is my gear getting forged too?
yes.
I was okay.
That's why he. I don't think he said he set down his trident. He didn't set down his greatsword.
Right.
And you didn't have your lance.
I didn't have my lance. I deliberately didn't use it because that's what I thought.
So that means your guys' stuff is being forged outside. When you guys come back with your full level, you guys will be technically one level ahead of everyone else in the room. At the end of their Monster Hunter session, they will all gain a level to level 8 with one level of Monster Hunter. So free level I'm giving you guys on special circumstances. That way I get to explain all this stuff. If they decide to take a level of Witcher, I have to then wait for the right moment and give them the full thing I just gave you guys.
Beal.
Now,
Wow.
with the Witcher amulet, also causes you to have the Witcher's code.
Okay.
Now,
That's important.
your code.
That is important.
There is a thing in there. I think I put it in the classes about the Witcher's code.
Should have told us the code before we started this.
Yeah, it's right here. Despite the differences between individual Witchers, such as school, personal differences, and general worldview, there's one thing that unites all of them. Is called the code. The idea that a Witcher does not work for free. They are not selfless heroes. They are businessmen who provide invaluable service to the community. And there is no gold to be had if there's no Witcher to be found. Although they hunt demons and plague the people, they are hated and feared by their unnatural appearance and constant reminder of the evils that lurk in the underworld. You will never find a Witcher working a guard post for a fort. They are restless creatures migrating across great distances, taking contracts as they go and moving on. Now, you can sway this a good bit. Like, you can still play it as your character, but along with the Witcher's code is you don't talk about the trials to any of the other players. They're not allowed to see it or talk about it. If they watched the stream and they got this far, they're not allowed to use any of the knowledge that they have in their Witcher trials. It'll ruin it for them.
Right.
So
you said that our feelings are dulled. Like, how exactly does that work? Like, how... Before, I would selflessly save people, right? Does that change anything?
Yeah.
Okay.
You'd have not full apprehensions, but you wouldn't be as gung-ho to jump in for... Like, self-preservation would take a bigger seat, and preservation of your craft.
Okay, so I still want to help people, but not to the extent I was.
Yeah, I say it dulls it. It doesn't remove it. It dulls it. Some people would interpret it that you have no feelings, but yet even Geralt in The Witcher has feelings. They're not very strong. They're complex, and yet they are dulled, but they are still there.
Okay.
Make sense?
This is the perfect place for both of our paladins to be.
Yeah, that's where I'm just like, oh man, literally my trial was to be like remembered and like bring peace and bring everybody together and justice, and now it's like justice if they can pay for it. So it makes the character like kind of like it makes it more complex.
Makes
to play.
it hard.
Well,
yeah.
Think about the Trial of the Peacock that really warped you. You know, you're going to be a little bit more selfish about things. You're not going to be like, yeah, man, I'll go do that for you. No, you're going to be like...
Can we interpret pay differently? Like, it doesn't have to be gold, but like, pay in something.
Yeah,
like,
you see what I'm saying?
They're allies, or, you know...
It's not always got to be gold. That's what I'm saying, is there's leeway. Geralt did random crap that didn't involve gold. Or if they only had like 5 gold or shortchanged him, he could use like Axie or whatever it was and be like, are you sure? Like, even in the game, he was like, eh. And if somebody couldn't even pay up, he'd just be like, this is bullshit. And he would just stomp off. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not always what it is. And even when they pulled him into politics and he was all grumpy about it and he understood like all the different Nilfgaardians fighting the Temerians and all the other crap that was going on, he stayed clearly out of it, but at the same time he was balls deep in it the whole time too. I mean, so it's valid. You guys can still continue as your characters, but at the same time, there is some hiccups along the way. It's developing your characters in a different way, changing them slightly, not a whole lot, just slightly. Kind of like what I was doing at the beginning of the campaign with Crag and all the other people that were doing evil acts. Unbeknownst to them, that weight of those evil acts starts slowly creeping into your soul.
Yep.
Although this isn't creeping into your soul, it's just kind of like an overweighing thing. So don't forget to remember to also talk about, like, you guys aren't taking and imbibing Witcher potions regularly, so a lot of the bigger changes to your characters' colorings and stuff like that isn't going to be too awful bad, except for Gideon, who now has white hair, black eyes, and everything else. Yeah, so I might have to redo your character tile too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so yeah, you're going to be massively different, so you're going to have to explain that to the party, but in a way where you're like, yeah, things happened. I don't really want to talk about
I
it.
experienced stuff.
Yep.
Oh, hell.
Okay, did you guys see anything different, or anything you would say you'd wanted to have different in the trials, like going forward for the other guys?
No, that was pretty good. The DC 20 scared me, but
Yeah.
you know, knowing that you don't die from it is different. Are they gonna, in the Monster Hunter trials, get something that reduces their abilities too?
Okay.
Out of curiosity.
So here we go.
I don't really care because I'm actually perfectly fine, really. But I was just curious.
Let's see here. Do I have
The only person who really got hurt was Gideon. Yes, my constitution went down, but I got a thing that went up 2 at the same time, so I didn't really lose.
Right? That's where I'm like, mine
I
went
have
from a 14 to an 8 and can only max out at 12 again. So, you know,
I
here and
literally
there.
just got my Belt of Dwarven Kind like today, and it gives me +2 constitutions. The 2 I lost, I was like, well, good thing I got this belt.
So this is my plan right now. Because it's not so much like as much of a buff for them to get that one level for that, I'm gonna have them basically go through this. They're gonna have harvesting plants, so I'm gonna put everybody in the Monster Hunter location. Basically, they're gonna have a warp portal that takes them to a austere site that's basically just a plain at this point. The monsters have completely decimated the entire outpost. I do have an outpost. I do have it loaded. I don't know where I put it, but it's here. They're going to have harvesting plants. They're going to have harvesting materials. They're going to have identifying monsters and trapping monsters. They're going to have to trap a monster, and then they're going to have to carve it. So they're going to have basically combat. More so combat and material gathering and explaining how the materials work, how to gain all everything, how to do combinations, how to do everything like that. That way they can track, hunt, and kill a monster using Monster Hunter stuff. Will there be reductions in their ability scores? Probably not. They're not going down the Witcher route.
It's good. I don't want my party to be Gideon.
Hey.
That's one of the reasons why, if you notice, Chukta, I think Chukta decided not to do it because I made him do this before, but it wasn't. I didn't have it written down as much.
I figured he didn't want to tempt it.
Yeah, like Nadira. Yeah, she went through the Witcher trials and was. Yeah, I had fun with that. I don't think I had it as well written and as well played out, but I've done it before. That's why I was able to do it even better this time. That's one of the reasons why I said, I wanted to see feedback from you guys on the Witcher trials. You guys seemed to like it a lot. You guys had a lot of fun, but I couldn't make it. I wanted to have different parts. So the first part was almost like just skill checks and giving you guys more information about Witchers and kind of working your way through it a little bit, maybe teaching a little bit about spells. Second part was not combat, but RP, solely RP played. Until you guys really started focusing heavy on what your character would do and how they would react. And then once they got really intense into it, it's like your fever broke and then it kind of faded away. That was the plan. The third part was actually a combat, so that way, and a skill-based thing, so that way you guys really got to focus on that part. So it was like 3 different parts of D&D, 3 different parts of stuff, so that way I could give you guys a full range of what a Witcher can do.
I thought it was really good.
Cool.
Yeah, I had fun with it. I had fun watching Gideon just die.
Yeah. My immune system decimated.
It's much more fun watching someone else die. I'll...
So with the Twilight Collector Trials, I do have it up on Twitch. If you guys want to look at it, you can see. Like I said, I don't know if I should change anything or if I should keep going with what it is. Like I said, I made yours stuff relatively difficult. I don't know how to make theirs more difficult, and I know we're going to be down one person, so it's just going to be Kragos can't play Friday, and Chukta's brother can't play Friday. So
cannot.
It'll be Chukta and
We can. It's just for us to watch. We probably wouldn't be doing Fridays much.
Oh, okay.
so.
Yeah,
It
I'm
might.
supposed to help with the haunted house.
I think I might actually swap it over to Saturday when we just all do it. That way, you guys don't get a level, but you guys get all this RP
Right.
experience. Well, I kind of do it whatever based. I also got to figure out a way of incorporating Tim.
I'm actually, now that I got a Witcher level, like thinking about the future of current. Like it could be, like I could end up going like really good or really bad with it, because now that you got the taste of the Witcher, who does things really for themselves, this could twist the paladin class.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Like anti-paladin, that would be bad.
yeah. And
I don't mean to dip, but I do gotta get going because I gotta be up.
Like,
all right. Well, I'm gonna go.
Well, I know Jerry, you gotta be up too. So.
So that's gonna be the end of that. Appreciate everybody coming by for the stream, and if you're catching on YouTube, throw some likes, some comments, and some follows, subscribe, whatever you got to do. Thank you.